Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Welcome to one of I think a very unique show on the internet today. And I hope you enjoy yourself if this is your first time. I have a co-host, his name is Alan Thomas, sitting to the right-hand side of me.
Good evening everyone, how are you doing?
And back in the studios from the first time in how long? How long has it been? A long time. And she's still back in the corner in the dark.
Yep.
Emerald is here.
Yay.
Emerald is here.
Yay.
I didn't want him to fire me.
Emerald is here.
That means I don't have to pay attention tonight. We could just zone.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on here in the studios. And you know, I can't do it all by myself, and Alan can't do it all by myself, so we need more than two hands and four hands. So when Emerald is here, it takes a burden, because she watches what's going on the signals that we send to the artbell.com website. Yeah, that's right. Dark Matter Network is broadcasting our feed worldwide on the artbell.com website. So you have two ways of watching us and listening to us tonight. For those who want to watch us, obviously we're broadcasting on livestream.com right now, 5 o'clock p.m. on Sundays, California time. And if you don't want to watch us, or if you're on the road, you can listen if you have a cell phone on a free app that the Dark Matter Network provides. You can go to their website and download it for free, and you can listen to us on the artbell.com website. So the audio there is outstanding because we're sending them via Skype, and you know the Skype sounds just awesome. So don't tell me you can't watch us or listen to us, because you have two ways of doing it. All right, so I don't want to hear it. All right, if this is your first time, thank you very much for showing up. You know, we've been doing this now going on 7-8 years now, and I believe that some good things are coming around the corner for us. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me stop the recording over here. So there you go. All right. At the beginning of every show, we have the Bigfoot report from Danny Valderrama. But that's not going to happen today, because it is his 25th wedding anniversary, and he took his wife up to a bed and breakfast, and they're getting busy.
Yeah, and it's all eating.
I know.
And for those who are not watching us on Facebook on the wall, he's posting. If you're not friend to him, he's at a 5-star location. I'm not going to say because I don't want to give him free business, free publicity.
But it's by Yosemite.
Yeah, and it's a 5-star hotel. And apparently, people from all over the world go to this place, and they were showing the portions of food, and we're talking.
I know, we're so small.
We're talking a little burrito this big and a little piece of steak this big, and I'm going, really?
Yeah, but only it's an 8-course meal.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And he said the whole meal lasts like 3 hours.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and then they got up in the morning.
Holy crap.
In the morning, they get up, and it was a 7-course meal, so you're eating all the way until lunch, and then you get a 5-course lunch, Then you got time to do anything but eat.
That's right. So, but hey, this is what they wanted to do. I'm pretty sure this is what the wife wanted to do. It sounds like she's really into this place, and
the place is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah,
though,
it is.
man.
It is. I mean, if you're talking like Alice in Wonderland type of atmosphere, Victorian, I think, so everything is top notch, and Danny makes great money killing people, so he can afford it. So no problem. He got it. He got it
Instead of
covered.
the drums would be like Danny running over something.
200,000. Ding. What's on next on my list? Right now, he's probably cracking up, eating his little tiny leaf. Oh, poor Danny. We love you, Danny. Not. So we're not gonna have a Bigfoot report today, guys. I know. A lot of people like actually his Bigfoot report.
Yeah, they do.
They do. So he has more fans than us.
Yeah,
so that's why we have to get rid of him and get somebody else.
You're just replacing your whole staff.
I am. Alan is next. If that leg doesn't get fixed by tomorrow, he's out of here.
Yeah.
That means I have to show up next week.
Please don't send me any bad emails, guys. Please all send correspondences. No.
Yeah. Send them all to me. No.
They're gonna send you ways to get rid of me. What? You can poison this drink.
Hate mail.
Hate mail.
We've been getting some though.
We got trolls. We had a troll last week, dude, and he was just thrashing us big time. I had to. It was on the chat on live stream. He was just letting us have it. Then he says, "But I love your show." Really, dude? Then stop all that. I mean, he was really bashing us.
Was it like factual bashing or just like you guys suck?
Well, no, he was giving us, like, for example, last week, and you weren't here.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, dumbass.
Shut up.
Yeah,
There goes that 7-second delay.
I have a life.
You have a life. We talked about the crash, the triangle crash of last week.
Okay.
Last week we talked about it, and how Sunday morning came around. Remember, Emerald, you actually drove up when the triangle crash happened on the side of the hill, and you drove up to Justin's house. You brought me up some clothes, I think, that morning, right? And, you jumped in the truck with me, and we drove all around that hill, tried to get in there. We couldn't. They were bashing me because I went home. Because I didn't stick around to watch them offload or stay there until they brought in the flatbed or the truck or the Huey helicopter to hook up that whatever it was up there and to take it away. But I was tired. It was a long ways to visually see what they were doing from point A to point B, and you know that because you were there. And it was a Sunday. I had no sleep, and the following morning I had to go to work, and you had probably school.
Yeah.
So they were going, well, why didn't you call somebody to come and relieve you? I'm all, well, at that point in time,
we were a small crew.
We were a small crew. I knew Alan, but Alan, because of his condition, can't go out there in the hot sun and stand and watch the freaking side of the mountain. He can't do it. That's it. What you see here is what you get. And we've been doing this.
Don't you think they would have waited you out anyways?
And, and that's exactly what I told the dude. I'm going, dude, it's all of them against me. Of course they would have waited me out. They would have waited me out because they know I work for AT&T.
You were there.
Yeah, they knew I was there. So it's like, come on, dude, don't be stupid. Which you are, that troll. Which I totally deleted you from live stream. So you're gone. He's probably going, what happened? Yeah, so, and there was a lot, and he was just letting us have it on the views, and really only 400,000 views, but, we just started not too long ago with the YouTube thing, and we only post one video a week.
Right.
Okay, so, and then, we're on live stream right now, you guys. We are almost at 10,000 followers. We were talking about this last week. 3.5 months ago, we were only at 325. So I'm hoping by tonight it's going to get up to 10,000, and you will see me jump up for joy and do the happy dance, because that's awesome.
Well, like the follower thing and when people subscribe on YouTube, that isn't your whole audience.
No, we still have Art Bell.
That's only like, I mean, when you go in with the analytics or whatever they call it, the demographics of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. When you look, like your subscriber base, say like ours is 9,000 or something like that, there'll be 50,000 views. That's not your subscribers didn't watch that 50,000 times. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a whole bunch of people that didn't subscribe and they're watching every month anyways. or every week.
Right.
And it doesn't account for all the views at all.
And that goes as far as dark matter network too.
Oh, sure.
I mean, how many thousands there as well. And
that one's growing crazily,
yeah.
probably.
So, like I said, things are happening for us. I had a meeting yesterday on Friday with a I'm just going to really short, with a Hollywood network. And again, it looks promising, but I'm not going to count, I'm not going to jump up for joy until we're actually physically down there and signing on the contract. We still have the deal with the Fox network here in Fresno, California. They are so waiting for us to give them episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They actually contacted our production company and told us, hey, have you guys gotten the closed caption for your videos yet? And we're all going, what are you talking about? I thought you guys were going to do that. And he goes, no, you guys have to do that. So it's like, crap. So that's something more that we have to do to each hour-long show, is add closed caption for, the people who can't hear. And they want these episodes really bad. Unfortunately, if I get a deal somewhere else and it's going to go worldwide, well, then I'm going to go with that instead, guys. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But I gave Hollywood an ultimatum. If nothing happens within a month, then the Fox network, it's a go. So I had about 30-minute meeting on the phone with a major cable network, let's just say. And they definitely are digging what we're doing. And they see us on one of their channels. And they are going to have a meeting on Monday, and they will get back to me on Wednesday. So got my fingers crossed. So all those people out there, I can sure use a good vibe and prayers tonight. And Emerald just give me a rolled eye, and it's fine. Okay, whatever. But
send the light.
Send some good vibes this way, you guys, that this particular channel picks us up, because it will be all over. And it'll be
international.
It will be international. Yeah,
that's the cool part.
It will go international. So these things always happen, and I always get my hopes up, and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. So I'm trying not to get too excited, because it could very well not happen.
Yep.
But she sounded really excited. We had 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting with the Sci-Fi Channel, and I can tell you about this one because they passed only because the Sci-Fi Channel is going away from paranormal.
Yep.
They only have 2 shows right now on their station on Sci-Fi, and that is Taps and Paranormal Witness. And they are going away from all paranormal. So once those 2 things are weed out and they don't have those anymore, they're not going to do any more paranormal shows, from what I understand.
They want to go strictly science fiction, and
it's
that's
science.
what they were.
Yeah, they're called sci-fi for a reason, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So they would rather make sci-fi series and dragons and all that kind of type of shows. So that's what they are all about. So they're going to steer away from the paranormal. So they passed on us, and I did have a meeting with them, and it just didn't work out. Huh?
Let's hope they do. I'd like to see a dragon show.
So anyways, good. We need some good. Send us a good vibes towards this meeting that I had on Friday, and I have a good feeling about this. Let's just hope it works out. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and get into it. For all those of this is your first time showing up, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We enjoy what we're doing here. We're having a blast, and it's all about giving you guys the up-to-date reports on the paranormal from around the world. And we're talking not 50 years ago, not 30, not 20, not 10. We're talking about last week or a couple days ago. What's going on around the Fresno area? That's where we're from. We're from the Fresno, California area, bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle. We are in the we're smack in the middle of Area 51, China Lake, and also Fallon Naval Air Base and Lemoore Naval Air Base. We also have Edwards Air Force Base, not too far away, right? Yeah, south.
Yeah, south. We have Vandenberg.
I'm sorry, not Edwards.
That's
Vandenberg.
one right straight away from us on the
Vandenberg.
coast.
I'm sorry, not Edwards, at Vandenberg. And we have our facility here, 144th Fighter Wing, right here in Fresno, California. So while we're talking about bases, excuse me. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That was my Pepsi. Oh, free publicity right there. Let's talk about bases. Okay, Jeff, what do you mean bases? All right, let's talk about bases.
I found that pretty interesting. You know that.
I'm going to put. Of course, you find things.
That's like old school.
Okay, for all those people who have been listening to our show for the past 7 years now, you guys all know that we have been telling everybody about underground bases around our area, and a lot of people were going, well, bull crap, you don't have proof, but there are facts that we are showing you and telling you about that is leading to there is something underground here around the outskirts of Fresno and even directly under Fresno. Now, there is a popular, and I forgot to get his name. We're going to have to get him on the show. He does a lot of conferences. He goes out on the talk circuit. He moved up to the Oakers, California, because of I think because of all the stuff that's occurring down here in Fresno. I don't know if he moved here while I started this a while back, or he just knows there's stuff going on. That's the reason why he moved here. But for some reason, he decided to go back into the Fresno Bee and go back way back to the 1930s. And he found something really interesting, and I'm going to show that to you right now.
And it is really interesting. We now have a parking garage that looks like that.
Well,
right downtown. But I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But that's supposedly showing leading underground, the airport underground.
Okay. You guys all know that we've been discussing here that there is an underground facility at the airport, right? And I know you guys understand that, right? Well, this here, what I'm showing you, was in the Fresno Bee in February the 10th of 1935. And here they're suggesting about protected underground air bases and airports were promised at the back in the 1930s. They actually were talking about this. All right? And then they even mentioned now consider Area 51. But it's in the Fresno Bee. I think it happened. I think it did happen, and I think it's definitely under us.
Wasn't Area 51 like in the 50s when they started that?
Oh.
Because I recall
Area 51.
I recall watching a show in the one of the astronaut guys, Gordon Cooper, or one of those guys.
You know what?
He
you know what? I think the blue
is added
at a later date, and I think he added it to it. That's what I'm thinking, because you're right, because that was before the fact, right?
Yeah.
So, here in Fresno, they were deciding in 1935 about putting the airport underground. Now, we have now you would know this, Alan, obviously, the internment camps.
Right.
Of World War Dos.
It was the Japanese.
Right. So we had Japanese internment camps here in Fresno, California, for all those who don't know.
And there was actually 3 of them.
We have one like in Pinedale.
Yeah. One the
one
fairgrounds.
Yeah, the fairgrounds.
The fairgrounds, and then we have one, I think, on the west side where those cemeteries are at, out there. So we had 3 internment camps from Japanese prisoners here. And with that, if you think about that, I've heard that we used those prisoners to dig the underground facilities under us. And that's what I have heard. I've heard there are tunnels, again, leading from all over the place. But I just found this really interesting that, this guy would go back so far and find this. I'm thinking that obviously he's probably listening to us, or he heard about us and our thoughts on underground facility here in Fresno. I've already had a couple of people come up and tell me that I know personally that, yes, Jeff, there is underground facilities at the airport. And that is an absolute fact. We've told you other facts about that airport, and we're not going to get into it. You're just going to have to go back and listen to all the back shows, because, there's so much information that we have given you about our airport to this day that will blow you away. And it's only given to us right now that, yes, there is an underground facility. I'm not going to say there is not, but there is. All right. And then
there was at one point actual documentation online.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we started talking about it,
it disappeared.
It disappeared like the very next day, and it's not there anymore.
Not there
and,
anymore.
and it was actually on the website for the Air Force.
And I think they just forgot to take it out back in the
Maybe,
days.
yeah.
And then somebody found it, who we know who it is. I'm not going
Right.
to say who it is. And and I actually remember I actually saw it with my own eyes.
So did I. And read it.
And
I wish I would have took screen
I wish I would have
captures.
took screen captures to it back then, but we didn't, thinking that it was going to be there, and
Yeah.
it disappeared the following day. So think about that, you guys. Why is Fresno so paranormal? Why is it such a hot spot? All right.
Why does it have methane gas all like bundled
Why
on
is
the top of
NASA
us?
so familiar with us? Why are we at the 37, 36 degree latitude, and that is, right on the same latitude as the paranormal highway. So take all that into consideration. Take all of the UFO sightings that we get here. Take the Bigfoot sightings that we get here on a constant basis.
And the lots of abductions.
Abductions, correct.
And other like weird
little creatures, stuff like
that guy.
Like this running around. All right? Stuff like this. All right? And you guys are going, what the hell is that? Well, go Google the night crawlers of Fresno, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Night crawlers of Fresno on YouTube. Go watch that video. That is a real video, people. Absolute 100%. What I just showed you right now is a statue that was made by one of the world's most popular, ceramic artist.
Yeah.
And lives in Fresno. And he has a book of his work, and it consists of five of these things with long legs. And
you could even Google Duncan Ceramics and look at a picture of it. He had designed the whole front of the building, and it's all made out of his art. It's really unique. Really unique.
Well, let's talk about like something like that, okay?
Yeah.
These things, I believe the Native Americans have talked about,
right,
about these creatures with long legs. And about 3 years ago, I had somebody call in, and we talked a while before he called in, and he was on, for some reason, right on the 41 freeway before Madera Ranchos, in between Madera Ranchos and the hills of 41, like if you're going toward Chichansey that way. Four Corners, I guess they call it, right?
Right.
So much activity out that way. So much. He actually said that he witnessed a very large creature with long legs like this, but it wasn't a small creature like this. It was probably 25 feet tall, taking very large steps across the 41 going into the countryside out there. And he said many cars saw it, and they stopped and pulled over, and they got out and said, what the hell was that? And he said, I don't know. And they got in and got the heck out of there. And I think if you Google, and I don't know where it's at, but you've seen it. It's a photograph of a statue, a wooden statue, very, very tall wooden statue, probably about 25 foot. And it's in one of the videos.
They say it's in
YouTube.
Yosemite, but it's not in Yosemite.
Because you would have known that, because
Right.
you know that area,
Right.
and you would have known that.
It could be somewhere like in Oakhurst or
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Mariposa or something like that, but it's not in Yosemite.
It's down in Yosemite.
Yeah.
Somebody took photographs of this very large creature with long legs, and it's on a video on YouTube when it's talking about the night crawlers of Fresno, because the two look very similar, yet one is very small and the other one is very tall. And they just added that particular, I think it's the one with Jaime Maussan in it, because Jaime Maussan actually talked about this incident. And I know what you guys are saying, Jaime Maussan, oh my God. It's like, but he didn't have anything to do with the story. He's just talking about the story. Fortunately, he found these pictures of these long, tall creatures with long legs, and it's very cool. I'm I'm gonna see if maybe we can find it. I'm not sure, but if somebody wants to Google it, it's on a video on YouTube. Night crawlers with Jaime Maussan in it. It's in there. But anyways, okay. So let's go back to talking about the underground base. Why is there an underground base here? I feel is because there is so much paranormal activity here in Fresno, California, and the surrounding areas. They needed to set up camp here way back in the days, and it just got bigger and bigger, and it's just the stuff that's going on here, you guys. It's crazy, and that's why we get so much good stuff, and we're still getting good stuff. As a matter of fact, something just happened last night to a friend of ours near Avocado Lake, and it's crazy. So it's you know, I wish we could tell you everything that's going on, but if we do, then we won't be able to get the evidence that we want, because it's going to go away, and we can't do that. So let's continue talking about stuff that's going on right now over our heads. For example, chemtrails. There was a gentleman here, I believe he's he's already been in the military 4 years, and he got out, and he's definitely into chemtrails and what they're spraying and everything. So what he did is he actually went and got some rainwater that fell from Fresno, and he sent it in to get it checked to see what was in this rainwater.
That was freaking shocking.
Okay, and this is what came back. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the report that he got. I'm burping still. Sorry, guys. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead.
That's and it makes you wonder, like, maybe everybody that sees chemtrails all the time over their house should, I know it's expensive to get those tests. Maybe they can, like, get a few of them together and put some money together, but they should test their water because of that.
And here is
their
the
rainwater.
Redding, California. This is where he sent it to the basic laboratory. Okay, so what I'm showing you right now is I'm circling the analytics. This is what they tested for: aluminum, barium, and strontium. Is that the correct way of doing it? Of strontium, right? What?
I'm a crim major.
Strontium. There you go. Okay, so the test came back, and this is what they're telling us. The aluminum came back 170% above normal.
That's crazy.
170%
That
above
hurt
normal. All right. The barium, and we've talked about this. We've talked about each individual chemical that we thought that they were spraying, because there are reasons why we think they are spraying these particular chemicals. For example, the barium and the aluminum is to bounce back the solar flares, I believe, because
for weather modification.
Okay, and all that, and HARP and all that kind of stuff. So barium, 220%, all right, more or above normal, and 320% above normal for the strontium. All right, that is crazy, and that is Fresno right here. I'm showing you right now. General testing, Fresno rainwater. I'm gonna go ahead to increase it a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you can see it now. Let me just take off. Oops, sorry. Put that there. Okay, so aluminum, barium, and strontium. Am I saying that right? Strontium. Strontium? Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. I apologize for that, guys, but I'm not a chemist, so these words, they blow me away. So, the matrix is water. Description, Fresno rain, general testing. And they sent it to Redding, California basic laboratories. And he did this on his own, with his own money. All right? And he sent it on 5/18/15, which was reported right here. Here's the date, 5/18/15.
That was this month.
Yeah. Sampled, he got the rainwater on April the 18th at, looked like here, at 16:30 hours, and he sent it, and they received it at 5/5/15. So on May the 5th is when they received the water, and they tested it. Guys, here it is. This is no joke. Now, why in the hell is what are they doing with this stuff in the spraying? What are they spraying for? What are they trying to accomplish here? A lot of people are saying, our military is trying to prevent us from getting hit from solar flares, which I think we talked about this 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I came up with a theory, and it might hold water, that whenever we have a solar flare and the report goes out, within a day or so, all of a sudden you see chemtrails over the sky. I mean, literally just all over the place. And you could pretty much just wait for that to happen. When we have solar flares, a day later you will have chemtrails, and it started happening just like clockwork. And I was documenting all this, and I'm saying, wow, am I right on this? Is this what's happening? Because the solar flares are very destructive if they were to hit us. You know, sometimes we could be in the line of sight for one of these things, and if it hits us, bam, that's it. The grid's going to go down, all the electronics are going to go down, and we're dead in the water. I mean, we're talking billions of people are going to die. All right, you guys, and that's a given. So that could be one of the reasons why they're letting us have it with these chemicals. But we haven't had any solar flares lately.
Nope. Okay,
I've been watching, and the sun has been quiet, very quiet.
You know, like 2 days ago, it started off, and I made a point of, looking early in the morning, and they started off in the east, and they were
okay. Now check this out. You're right. They've started right when the sun was coming up.
Right.
The sun would be right around 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, right around there, and they would start spraying. Why? And then when the sun went down on the west at about same height, then they start spraying on that side. Like, are they trying to cover up something?
Right. So you can't see it.
So you can't see it.
Well, I
but
know
only
this,
on certain times, though. I mean, not all the time.
That day, I didn't look at the weather report.
Mm-hmm.
It was just going to be hot, right? We're already in our 90s over here. But only by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I thought, I was even thinking about doing some time, stop action photography,
mm-hmm.
and maybe I'll talk to Mickey about it.
Well, we're going to be talking to Mickey Burrow at about 7 o'clock, guys. We're going to show you some killer stuff that he actually took photographs of. And concerning HARP, Mickey got something, and we're going to show it to you. You guys better be here. Do not go away. 7 o'clock, we're going to have Mickey Burrow, our forensic expert for 17 years. This guy is the guy that we go to when it comes to wanting stuff done right.
And he's a real good photographer. And like these chemtrails, they started off, but then they were like spreading out. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was totally overcast and muggy and yucky and nasty outside, and
now my wife, Cheryl Diane, whatever her name is, 2.5 weeks ago, she got sicker than a dog. Uh-huh. I've never seen her since we've been together. I've never seen her this sick. All right. And then I noticed everybody was getting sick right around the same time. Now, was it just a bug going around? Yeah, could have been. But this is when the chemtrails were we were getting hit hard.
We were hammered
hard. All right, guys. I got sick, not that much, not that bad. And my son got sick a little bit too as well. But Cheryl got hit hard, and I mean really hard. Now,
see, I've been sick like that for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And she was
same thing as what she has.
And she was really bad. And you saw her too, because she was like out for the count.
Right.
She couldn't even go to work for a while. So, is it something that's in the the chemicals that they're spraying? It's just that they're spraying a lot of it that it's really getting to us, because we're breathing this stuff, guys. There's no way we can get around it. We're breathing it.
If it's in the water, it's in the air, and that's what we're breathing.
It's in our bodies now, guys. So,
well, I have a thing. Maybe I should save it for Mickey, but I actually think that they're doing all this climate change scare thing, and they keep saying it's us, right? We're doing it with our cars and stuff like that. I think we're doing it all right, but we're not doing it. Humans are doing it, but we're not doing it. They're doing it. They're causing it. they're changing the weather. They're trying to make it back up their numbers that they, when their big scare thing that they keep saying, they're making it happen. They're making it the drought. Well, and it would all the rain is going over there, and
California not getting any water.
It's messed up the weather so bad that the other states are flooding out and killing people.
So let's talk about that. Why would, and I'm not going to say it's the military. I'm going to say it's the NWO, the Illuminati, the New World Order. They're the ones who are doing this. But why? Okay, I just take that back. We all know why. Right. All right, to get rid of the people, the
eaters.
Yeah, and they want to rule. But no water in California means no food for America. You guys realize that, right? I mean, Central California, Fresno, we are the breadbasket of the world.
Yep.
It is us who feeds a majority of the people when it comes to meat, produce, vegetables. We grow it all here. Okay? So, when you don't have water, and I'm serious, when you don't have any water, right now the restrictions on us here in Central California is absolutely ridiculous. We can only water our grass right now once a week. They are not allowing farmers to get the water they need for their crop. Yet what they are doing now is they're demolishing the crops, the trees. Yeah. I mean, now where there should be trees and all over, it's just dirt.
Yep.
Because they're getting rid of everything because they can't afford it. It's like there's not enough water to feed their crops, man.
And we went out driving, was it a year or so ago? We went to the coast, and it was orchard after orchard after orchard just knocked down, and that was like a couple of years ago, right? And now it's even worse. It's if their orchard's there, it's all dried out and dead.
Right.
If not, it's just ground now.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's a fact, you guys. We're not BSing you guys on
and
this.
I used to, when I was a kid, I would swim in the canals. Like right about now, the canals would be brimming, 40-mile-an-hour current, real dangerous. But we swam in them all summer. Right now, corporations.
Okay. We were talking about chemtrails, guys, and they knocked us out. And again, it only happens when we talk about controversial subjects.
Well, as soon as we started talking about it, all our chat people started saying that theirs were audio was going out and their video was going out.
That's crazy, you guys. Let me tell you guys what happened last night. Well, I'm going to tell you guys what happened today. All right. You guys all know the earthquakes it has been off the hook lately, everywhere. And last week we talked about they're saying that we're going to have an earthquake on May the 28th, and it's going to be like a 8.9 or 9.8 on the San Andreas Fault. And people were laughing, and people were like going, well, we don't know yet. We'll just see what happens. Well, this morning, the USGS website went down, and what happened is yesterday, the USGS were giving off false reports on earthquakes that were not happening. One in Northern California, and they were all wrong as far as how strong they were on the Richter scale. They were just totally off. And people were coming out and saying, wait a minute, they are, you can see them on the chart, but they're not real. I mean, when Japan just had one yesterday, the day before yesterday, I think it was like a 7.8 out, like 200 miles, 300 miles east of Japan. And right at that same time, an earthquake alert went off just northern California, 5.1. And a lot of people got it. I got it, but it was a false reading. And that's the way it's been going left and right. So this morning, I went to go check out. I have an app, and on my iPhone, I hit it. It said, link not available. I went, okay. So I didn't think anything of it. And then Cheryl tried it, and to no avail, it didn't work. So she went to the usgs.gov, and it didn't work. So I posted right away on the Facebook this morning that, hey, we have internet, but we can't get on the usgs.gov. And a lot of people all over the United States, because we have a lot of fans who follow us on Facebook, especially on my wall, The people in the Fresno County area could not get on, but people all over America could get on. My cousin Mike in Sacramento could get on, but people in Oakers, Lemoore, Tulare, all these Fresno County people, if you were using Wi-Fi or internet on Comcast or AT&T, it was down. Everybody was showing me snapshots of their screens. You're right, Jeff, it's down, but only in Fresno County. Why? Only Fresno County. But if you went to get on 4G or 3G on your cell phone, then it would work for you. But the internet, it was not working via internet, Comcast, or AT&T.
But you could go on any other site, though. You know what I mean? Like, you could go on the internet and go to Facebook.
Oh, absolutely.
Here or there.
We were on Facebook.
Couldn't go to
the
there.
To the USGS.gov. Link was broken. Only in Fresno County, you guys. That is a fact. Go, and if you guys are not friends with me on Facebook right now, Jeffrey Gonzalez, Sanger Paranormal Society, then you should be, because this is the stuff that I'm putting on there, and I'm blowing people away. People don't believe me, but I put this stuff on there so that you can see. I take snapshots, I put it on there, then I have people on the east side of the United States do the same thing. I can get on there, Jeff, no problem. But people in Oakhurst, people around Clovis and Fresno, Jeff, look, and take snapshots. I can't get on. But why only Fresno County, guys? Is it because I am letting my fans know about these earthquakes? Yes, I am. That's my job, is to let you know when I think a very important earthquake occur. I let you guys know. And I've been doing that now going on 5 or 6 years really strong. All right? And I've been letting you know about anything that comes up as far as information that you should know, then I place it on there. But it was just weird to me. Now, get this, guys. 10 minutes before we went on, the link started to work. Because Alan told me, Jeff, look, it's working. I went, what? So I went on there. Yes, it's working right now. But yet all day it wasn't. But now it is. Anybody in Fresno County who's watching this right now, if you go to usgs.gov, it is working. But if you go see us on the wall right now, my Facebook wall, Jeffrey Gonzalez, you'll see the snapshot that everybody has been placing on there, that it wasn't working. So, usgs.gov, why would you block the people from Fresno County to view you on the internet?
And are they lying about this, or are they telling the truth about earthquakes?
You know what? As of right now, I would not be confident enough to say that any reports that you see now on any type of app or website concerning usgf.gov is factual. I have a feeling there's stuff going on right now and they're not telling us, because I think there's something up.
It may be that they had to redo it so it doesn't report earthquakes, so that it doesn't panic people.
Then why are all these earthquakes occurring? There's got to be a reason. There has to be. Why are our volcanoes blowing up?
They are
like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because there's a reason. And don't tell me it's climate change, because it isn't.
No.
Something is interrupting the gravitational pull, I believe, that's making all this happen. And the only thing that I can think of, and it's, my buddy told me about this 3 years ago, is Nibiru. And I went, what the hell is Nibiru? Yeah. And he told me what Nibiru was. Planet X.
And that could be the reason why when in the east in the morning they do the clouds, because that's when you might be able to see it. You can't see it all day because of how bright it is, but then in the evening you can see it again, so then they cloud everything up.
And I just got an email, and it CERN. Okay, somebody just said CERN. Maybe CERN. It is CERN.
Could be.
Okay, now everybody's going, what is CERN?
I've been researching that.
Yeah.
In the last week or so.
Okay.
I've known about it for a long time.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just stand by. Hold on. I'm getting some stuff here on my.
At first they said CERN was, when it fired up, it was gonna make a black hole,
right?
And then they were going to lose control of the black hole, and the black hole was going to eat up the Earth and the moon and maybe even the sun. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then now they found out, after looking at the statues and some of the wording that the people that are running this thing, they're saying that they're opening a gate, and it's not good,
Right.
It's not a good gate. It's something gonna let something in that's really bad.
Okay, and CERN, the large, how do you pronounce it? Hadron Collider. And for all those who watched Big Bang Theory, they always talk about that, how Sheldon is his goal in life, wants to go and see the collider. They're making it now where they think they can possibly open a doorway to another
a
dimension.
Polygon, they're calling it, or a baton, or
to another dimension.
Yep.
And a hole to another dimension. And they say that's what's causing possibly all of these anomalies that's occurring to this day, with the earthquakes and the volcanoes going off and all that. And that's why with all the chemtrails, is by them doing what they're doing out there, is they're opening up holes in our atmosphere. So it could be CERN. I completely forgot about that.
You know what's weird about it? And I never thought about it until like recently. I've been going back and looking at old TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And like last night, I posted one up, Barney Miller, 1981, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking about the Illuminati in 1981, and they're making fun of it so that everybody laughs at it. And actually, what they're doing is they're giving everyone the example to do if somebody starts talking about this, right? They laugh at them because it's just a big joke.
Right.
Well, now when you look up the CERN thing, there's a lot of stuff based on it. Like there's a movie coming out. It's a Lego movie, and it shows them like jumping through portals or something like that. And if you look at the portal thing that they're jumping through, it's a cross section of what CERN looks like. And there's a couple of movies like that have the cross section of CERN, or like if you cut the tube, it looks just like it. In fact, so does the Mayan calendar.
Now, again, I'm not a scientist guy, so when it comes to science, I'm like, all right. In the movie Angels and Demons, the second part one, wasn't the particle, oh my God, I'll have to look that up. For all those who know what the heck I'm talking about and want to send me a message via Facebook, I think it's Angels and Demons, where at the very end it was about the particle.
The God particle.
The God particle. Thank you.
They've been. That's when they first started doing CERN, or had colliders. They've had colliders for a long time, little ones, and they were looking for the God particle is what they were looking for, supposedly, like the one that started the Big Bang, the one that created the whole thing. And then the truth finally comes out, and they're actually trying to open the gate, to this other dimension.
I'm gonna Google this really quick here, and I'm gonna find out Angels and Demons.
It's actually interesting. Like anybody listening out there, it'd be the cutting edge science technology right now would be the CERN thing. It's the one where they're trying to prove the different dimensions. What do they call them? String theory? Is that what it's called? I mean, they're supposed to be like 10 or 11 dimensions, and that's how their CERN was supposed to like give them the evidence that these 11 different dimensions are there, because they would see, they could do it by calculating when they smashed the particle, then when the little particles flew, where did they go and all that, and by tracking them they could figure out other dimensions. Who knew they were trying to open up a different dimension?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let's go ahead and get Mickey on right now. He said he's brainstorming, and all of the stuff. When Mickey came into our lives, he didn't believe in any of this stuff. He didn't believe in Bigfoot. He thought we were smoking the crack, so to speak. Okay, and then
drinking the Kool-Aid.
And then what got him to really think about all this was the Bigfoot, the impressions on my window. And you know what? We'll go and talk to him right now. We have time. Let's bring in Mickey Burrow. He's going to call in right now. Mickey Burrow is the guy. He's a forensic expert, and I'm not going to tell you what law enforcement, but obviously, you know, we're in Fresno, so there's a hint right there. Been with him now going on 18 years. This is the guy who drives around in the white van, and when somebody gets killed, he goes out and takes their fingerprints and
he puts you in jail.
Yeah, and he testifies on court and takes pictures of the dead body and takes fingerprints and can bring out fingerprints and takes DNA. This is the guy who does it. Mickey.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey,
hi, Mickey.
How's it going?
Who's all there?
We got Alan and Emerald.
Hi.
Oh, hey guys.
Hi, Mickey.
So,
Hey, let me know if the wind gets too busy. I'm sitting out in my backyard, and it's a little breezy, so I don't want to.
Okay, you're cool, dude. You're cool. So,
okay.
All right. Well,
cool.
I just gave you an introduction. Everybody knows who you are and how you came into the picture. When as far as I think we met for the first time, you met David. You knew David Rigos, and that's how you decided. Wait a minute. How did you know David?
I met David through a guy I work with.
Oh.
The guy I work with knows him when he was a principal at a local high school, and he introduced me to him, and kind of went from there. And I got asked to go with him up to the secret spot,
right.
And you were in the vehicle when you guys picked me up.
Right. Okay. All right. Right on. Okay. So, and for all those who don't know, Mickey was the one who took, the pictures and the DNA samples. Now, just recently, dude, and I'm not taking this as a downplay on what we do, but you told Alan something that Alan just told me not too long ago about when you visually were inspecting the lips and nostrils side of the window of the truck. You told him that we are too stupid to come up with with how to do that, right? I mean, there's no way we would have had the knowledge to do that.
I don't know if he used those words.
Okay, well, not stupid.
But we weren't smart enough to...
Smart enough, right?
To make lips.
In other words, why would you guys bother to fake something like that?
Exactly.
Well, that, but even go as far as the
we would have been too stupid to do that, believe it or not.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about the what do you call them on the lips? The
Lines?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like lines.
The impression?
Yeah, the impressions, the grooves on the lips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. So that pretty much told you, wait a minute, there's something going on here. So after that Bigfoot incident, Mickey's been, I don't want to say at our disposal, but whenever we have a situation where we need some professional help, we call on Mickey. And so Mickey's been going with us here and there, sometimes. Whenever he has time, then he'll go with us up the hills. And matter of fact, we're going to go up to here pretty soon. Mickey, just to let you know, Mickey, Alan called in to the Department of Forestry, and the gates are still closed, and they don't know when they're going to open them up. And I don't know what's going on there. So
it's going to wonder if the fire danger's maybe the fire danger's too high.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be because there's obviously no water up there. So
I heard.
Now keep in mind, I mean, vehicles can start fires also with the catalytic converters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that.
If they get over like dry grass or whatever, just because a vehicle is going through doesn't mean it's not going to start anything. It's a simple exhaust pipe can start a fire.
Right.
So it makes sense why they wouldn't let anybody up there.
True. Okay.
Well, they have a fire restriction all throughout Canada. No campfires, no barbecues, no anything. I mean, all up in Canada right now too.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Now, are they experiencing a drought up there too, or do we know? Or
yeah, they're experiencing the same thing, and a heat wave now.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into last week, and we're talking what, Wednesday or Thursday. You texted me, and you said, "Dude, And I said, what? And you were all excited. You go, what?
That was an exclamation point in there, too.
What? You said, what the beep? Now, what were you doing looking at Texas via, what were you doing at that time? Tell me.
Well, we've got relatives in Texas.
Okay.
And we're concerned for their safety there because they've had tornadoes around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a lot of tornadoes. And I was just looking at the way these storms are coming in there.
Right.
And I was like, why are they getting so much moisture? I mean, there was one place that they had, a friend of my relatives, they've had 31 inches of rain in 1 month.
Dang.
That's a lot. Almost 3 feet of dang rain in a month.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So anyway, I just was looking at how the storms were traveling in there. I was like, where the hell are these things coming from? So I started going to the west on the Doppler and just looking and seeing where they're getting all the moisture from. And lo and behold, right over Nevada, this huge, I mean, it was a quick second that it was there. This huge bar of moisture pointing in a southeasterly direction.
Right. And right now, for those,
what the hell is that?
right now, for those who are watching on live stream, I have that image up right now, and that's what you are looking at right now, is a beam of some type, and it looks like it's smallest to the left, and it increases in size going to the right. So, if you were looking at this, you would think, okay, it looks like it's coming from Nevada someplace, pointing to the southeast. Okay, so so you took a snapshot, right?
Yeah, just I saw it and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna screenshot this and show it. I was like, what? And then the next frame, because I have on the app that I have, it's the WeatherBug app. You push play, and it'll show the progression of how the storms move.
Right. And that's exactly the way it moves from the northwest down to the southeast, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
and the next frame, there was no.
Now, right now, I have a snapshot of the radar anomaly, and it says at the bottom left-hand corner, radar May 26, 1:53 p.m. is when he took this snapshot. Now, I'm going to show you the next picture. Oh, wrong one. And it is going to be with nothing there at May 26, 2:03 p.m. So the anomaly is now gone. So what did you decide to do after the anomaly disappeared? I'm pretty sure it piqued your interest. And what did you do?
Well, the first thing I did was text you.
Big time.
Check this out.
Yeah, and you.
But you asked me to pinpoint where this thing was at.
That's right.
And you asked Danny also.
Right.
Didn't Danny come up with the same place?
Exactly.
He came close, which was a military base in Nevada.
The Naval Air Station, Fallon, Nevada, guys.
Fallon, that's it. Yeah. And then I was like, it didn't look like it was Fallon because it was too far to the east to where this was at. So I jumped on Google Earth and kind of pinpointed, and I did like a triangulation of where the highway was to where this thing looked like it was originating from. And it came back to some geothermal airstrip in some Dixie Lake or something like that in Nevada. I can't remember exactly where it was at, but I texted you all the information.
Right. And I don't have that particular photograph up there, but it is marked on Google Earth as what was it again?
Something geothermal airstrip.
Right. And it doesn't.
And it's an abandoned airstrip in Nevada.
But yet it is marked with these words signifying whatever. So
geothermal, yeah.
Geothermal. So your conclusion is that the start of this beam started right there at that airstrip, or around
about there,
around there. So okay, are we talking HARP? Are these do these mountains have some dishes in them, some rays where they open up the doors and these things, whoosh, we're talking cartoon, we're talking, stuff that you only see in Goldfinger movies.
Like the evil dude,
Evil dude.
shot the beam at the cloud, you know.
Exactly.
Watch the city disappear. Yeah.
Next time I'll have music for that. But that's exactly what is going on here. I mean, these big giant doors are
To me,
opening.
it's confusing.
It's
To
what?
me, it's confusing because you sent me aerial photos of, or Google Earth pictures of some Doppler radar system that's out there. But I don't know. I mean, if there's a Doppler radar that's near there, why isn't it coming up on the map? Why can't we see it? I mean, this is hitting right there. I mean, I don't know why. You know, I don't know.
Now you're a man of science, and you know you have to see facts, and you have seen some anomalies here that shouldn't be there, and it's kind of throwing you for a loop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
if somebody out there who is a meteorologist who knows a meteorologist, whatever, can they explain this? Maybe there's a glitch in the system.
right.
I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
I would love to hear it.
Okay, awesome. All right. Now, just a bit ago, before you came on, you said you were brainstorming about something that our president Obama said. What?
Yes.
What?
And this is kind of all right. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Liar.
Okay?
Liar.
Keep that in mind.
Watch the live
You
stream
know
go
that,
down right now.
Okay? I am like a big time no conspiracy theorist.
I know.
Yep.
I know. But we are. But we are changing your mind a little bit, aren't we?
I'm not about changing my mind.
Okay.
Let's just keep it open. How about that?
Okay.
But
okay.
we have he's
All right.
looking now.
Yeah.
Eyes wide
Okay.
open.
Yeah.
All right. Now, keep in mind what is happening here in California.
Drought.
Drought. Okay. What is happening in Texas?
Rain.
Flood.
Flood.
Rain.
Right.
Copious amounts of rain. Okay. What is happening just north of Texas?
While you're talking about the military,
Oklahoma.
and the
Earthquake.
earthquakes. And
Yeah,
I'm
Earthquake.
tornadoes.
I've never had earthquakes
Okay,
there before.
right.
Okay?
Well, I'm talking Madrid fault line.
Well, it goes all the way up. My sister lives
All right.
in Wisconsin, and they're having like wicked storms.
Okay. So, now in Obama's speech the other day, your listeners are probably going to go, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, in Obama's speech the other day, he came out and said, what is the greatest threat to national security?
Weather. Don't tell me he said weather.
I don't know. I missed that.
Weather,
No way.
climate change.
Okay, now
Because
I remember.
The greatest threat,
I think they're
the
in.
greatest threat to national security is climate change.
What?
I knew
Okay.
it. I knew it. They're making it
All right.
happen, huh?
Now,
Suckers.
let me keep going here because this is going to kind of blow your mind a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say, I'm just throwing this out there again. I'm not making any conclusions. Let's say some other country has developed some sort of weapon. Okay, and are using it to change the climate. Okay? What's happening in California? Drought. What's happening in Texas? Too much rain. Okay? Who was in Texas last week? The United Nations.
Oh, they were. You're right.
Okay. Keep an open mind again, okay? All right, now, this is going to get a little deep here, okay?
Not
All right,
from
back
you.
Back in the 1940s, okay, what did the U.S. develop to end World War II?
The atomic bomb.
Atomic bombs, exactly. Okay? And they tested it where? The United States.
Area 51.
Area 51, they tested Nevada desert.
Right.
Okay? The other day we saw this anomaly appear in the Nevada desert that pointed in the direction of Texas. Okay?
Oh.
Here's a thought. Okay? Could the U.S. have developed some sort of weapon that they are testing because they have to over U.S. soil, like they did in the atomic bomb back in the 1940s, to counter a weapon somebody has already developed that they're using against us? because Obama said the other day that our biggest threat to national security, quote unquote, was climate change.
You know, that's not all that far-fetched. Remember when they had Katrina hit in Louisiana?
Right.
Oh, down there? And it was like a dangerous... And that we were having these... It was like one after the other of the hurricanes coming up through there, the Gulf, and then slamming into the coast, and then Katrina, like, just did everybody in. And President then was President Bush Jr., right? And he got on there and he said something about it. He did a speech, and I can't recall what it is. For 3 years after that, for 3 years, if you go back and look at the weather charts, the hurricanes are coming straight up that alley, you know, right up, coming up that way, and then all of a sudden they veered off. And we didn't get hit with one hurricane for 3 years.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, it was like the way he was wording it was like somebody from another country was figured out how to send these things right up our alley, right? And then he was saying that wasn't going to we're not going to let that happen. And then it didn't happen. And, you know, the Weather Channel was reporting, here comes this big old huge hurricane, and then it turned left. And here comes another one, and it turned left, and another one, and it turned left, and we didn't get hit at all. It was like, man, weird.
Yep.
So now we have
there's
a
new
thing.
There's a thought there. I mean, did some other country weaponize the climate and is currently attacking us with climate change?
Wow.
And it's affecting the rest of the world. Now we are discovered that, and now we are developing our own weapon to counteract that in addition to earthquakes. Is the next weapon going to be climate change?
All right, let's hold on, Mickey. I want
It
to.
could.
I want to play something.
It really could.
Already on the front lines, and that perhaps more than any other will shape your entire careers. And that's the urgent need to combat and adapt to climate change. As a nation, we face many challenges, including the grave threat of terrorism. And as Americans, we will always do everything in our power to protect our country. Yet even as we meet threats like terrorism, we cannot and we must not ignore a peril that can affect generations. I know there's still some folks back in Washington who refuse to admit that climate change is real. And on a day like today, it's hard to get too worried about it. There are folks who will equivocate. They'll say, you know, I'm not a scientist. Well, I'm not either. But the best scientists in the world know that climate change is happening. Our analysts in the intelligence community know climate change is happening.
That's bullcrap. Okay, well, anyways. He's definitely into the climate change. That's for sure. I know in here someplace.
But did somebody weaponize it already?
Right.
I think we did a long time ago. When in the Vietnam War, they already were talking about they were going to make it rain over there.
Yeah, heating clouds. I remember that.
Yeah, and then so no movement on the ground, but it backfired on us because we couldn't move either, right? It was so muddy and mushy and yucky, it actually hindered us as well. But that was how long ago? Just imagine what they got now.
40 years ago.
Yeah. Just imagine what they got now, and then that doesn't mean that everybody hasn't been working on something like that.
Right. Well, we all know HAARP exists, okay? There's arrays all over the place. Now, I found some antennas, very large antenna, at Fallon Naval Air Base, and I showed them to you, but I think they're pretty much just regular, probably some type of communication towers, I think.
Yeah.
But what I think you probably hit on the head was whatever was shooting out that beam was probably on the side of a hill, camouflaged. And it was just, it's we have
kind of a closed down geothermal airstrip.
Yeah, exactly. Why would they have that there? Somebody right now is going to get fired for not taking that off of Google Earth.
Yeah, but geothermal, doesn't that mean like using her Earth's heat to heat up water and make steam and generate power or something like that?
Well, maybe they named it because there's a volcano there, some geysers or something like that there. But it just, what are the odds that Mickey narrowed it down to that location of the hill?
That is so cool, man.
That's awesome. So so Mickey, now about 3 days ago, you actually took some photographs. You were in Raymond, California, which is northern side of Fresno, up in the hills, and you took a photograph and you sent them to me, and I'm going to show everybody that photograph right now. Okay. You know what? I think I forgot that. Okay, well, anyway.
That means the Wolverine jumped up there and sliced the sky open.
I think this is kind of cool. I'm showing everybody right now that photograph. All right. Now, that day, there was chemtrails everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
they've been all over for the last week.
Right, they have. They've been just plastering the heck out of California.
Hey Mickey, have you thought about doing some, like, time-lapse photography on some of these chemtrails? You know what I mean? Like, watching them, because they spread out and turn into, like, a cloudy day.
Yeah.
And just start off in the morning and just take one every 5 minutes or something like that for several hours.
Yeah, that'd be highly time-consuming.
Yeah. Man, I want to do it. You'll have to teach me how.
Okay, well, let's talk about these 3 lines that you got. Obviously, out of place. I mean, if it was... whatever made these 3 lines obviously were 3 individual jets that were flying in formation and left off, 3 chemtrails. Now, but
they're awfully spread out, awfully far apart.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking one aircraft with maybe 3 engines running.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But maybe the dissipation kind of over time spread them out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay, I can go with that theory. And then Danny, for some reason, you know how Danny is, Mr. I don't think it's a conspiracy, but he brought forth he took a snapshot, and he sent it to me. Now, I don't think I actually have that. Do I have that? No, I don't think I actually put it. But he says that the theory on 3 lines, or the definition of 3 lines like this, means... What does it mean? What is it? I don't want to say terror. I think he said terror. You know what? I actually wrote it down. I took a snapshot. I just didn't get to take it and put it up on here. Let me see what it says here really quick. Yeah, I when we see anomalies like this in the sky, we're getting kind of used to it. But what's kind of cool though, Mickey, is that you're noticing them as well. Okay, and
there's some sort of a pattern to it, especially the one I photographed.
Right. And you know what? I don't see it here anyplace. But anyways, 3 lines like that mean fail or destruction or I forgot what it was, but terror. That's what that means, basically.
Terror in the sky.
Okay, so or terror below wherever is going on. But I don't know. Was it just one of those weird anomalies that just happened that one jet was flying and the other part of the chemtrails or the contrails, however, if you believe or don't believe, dissipated and became invisible, and what's left was just these 3 perfectly lined lines in the sky. You can think all you want, but I don't know. But there it is. The next photograph that I'm going to show you is they're dissipating, and obviously they're starting to increase in size because of the wind and the air current. But yeah, I mean, there you go. So now contrails and chemtrails. People are watching us right now. A lot of them don't know what contrails and the difference between contrails and chemtrails are. contrails are left by jets at a very high altitude when it is very, very cold up there. The exhaust, like from your car, these engines are releasing the exhaust as well, and they turn and they freeze, and that's what you see. Okay.
Condensation.
Yes, the condensation.
It's like blowing. It's like blowing hot breath on a cold day. You can see it.
Right, but it has to be extremely cold up there. So we're talking here in Central California. We're talking hot, very warm. Today was close to 100 degrees. Yesterday was like 96 and 95. And you have these trails, but it is very warm out there.
Yeah, but it's always colder way up there.
Yeah, but not all the time, though.
True.
Okay, now, is it just because the air current and moves all that up there, and it's just colder sometimes and not cold sometimes? I mean, I don't know. During the hottest months that we have, 115 right down here, you would think the air would be a little bit warmer up there, but sometimes we get chemtrails like crazy.
Yep.
All right, we do. And sometimes it's cold as hell down here, and the sky is perfect. You see the jets in the sky flying over 20,000 feet or whatever it is, 17,000 feet or even higher, and there's no chemtrails. And it's not leaving any contrails. It's 45 degrees down here, 50 degrees down here. You would think it'd be colder up there. And now you're going to tell me it's warmer up there and colder down here? Either or, you guys. Come on, you guys. I mean, come on. Really? I mean, right? Am I right?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
If it's cold down here, then it should be way colder up there. But I don't see any chemtrails or contrails being left by any jets up there at all. Yeah. And I'm wearing a jacket, and I'm like climbing a pole, and yet you can, when you look into the sky, if you have an app, you can go and you can actually visually see every single airplane that's above you or flying over you, and you wouldn't believe how many jets are flying over you at any particular time during the day. 737, 747s coming from San Francisco, going to New York, going from San Diego, going to Seattle. I mean, there's jets all over the place. But if it's freezing down here, how can it be warm up there? And I would think if it'd be a lot colder, then these contrails should be leaving these trails, and they're not.
It is weird.
Okay, so think about that, guys. I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. And there you go. So, all right, Mickey, what else you got to talk about? Anything else?
I'm just on Google Earth right now. It's that geothermal airstrip is, it's Dixie Valley is where it's at. And it's kind of southwest of that. I'm trying to pinpoint it here.
Oh, hold on, time out. I never even thought of that. I don't even know his name because he has it weird here, but he just sent me a text. The 3 lines look like the 666 number written in Hebrew. Which is true, because if you go look at the monster can, right?
Yep.
Emerald, come on.
Yeah, the monster.
Come on, Emerald, come on, speak to me.
Energy drink. I've heard about that one where you turn it upside down.
Right. The 3 line, I'd never even noticed that. Thank you for saying. I mean, yeah, there you go. Okay. What's the matter, Emerald? Come on, speak up.
You guys are just too much.
Hey,
What?
Yeah, I found the airstrip.
Okay. And what?
No longer marked.
What are you finding on Google Earth?
Not marked anymore.
Nuh-uh. No,
man.
come on, you're joking.
That happens to us too much. Is it a coincidence?
Oh, wait. Everybody quiet.
Yeah, there's the airstrip.
Quiet. What? Come on, Mickey.
I'm not kidding. I'm looking at it right now. It's the one I sent you.
It's not marked anymore.
Airstrip, it is. Okay, let me give you the coordinates.
No. You on Google Earth, because I actually went and I saw it, and I saw that name on the airstrip.
Yeah.
On Google Earth. It was there. I saw it with my own eyes. Did I take a snapshot? Wait a minute. Did you take a snapshot of that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. You send that over to me right now. Email it to me.
I put it on Facebook.
Okay. Is it on my wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's hope it's still there.
Hold on. This is okay. This is way okay. This is so cool, you guys. Hold on, you guys. I am going right now to my wall. Come on, where is it?
See, now there's somebody in chat from Norway.
Okay.
And they said that the coldest May in 30 years in Norway last year. We had a hot summer. This year we might not get a summer.
It's
So I mean, this is messing us up everywhere in the world, and they're trying to blame it on us and our cars.
I don't see it.
You know,
I don't see it on there. I don't.
It's not us.
No,
man,
I
I'm telling
don't-
you.
Okay, it's on the same thread. It's just a little lower.
Oh, so you posted it on? No, I want. Well, okay. So you posted it on one of the threads then, on one of the posts. Is that what you did?
Hold on a second.
You're kidding me, man. Are you kidding me?
And I've been arguing with all kinds of people on this climate change thing.
What did I just say? That somebody was probably gonna get fired for them not removing that, and now Mickey goes to the spot and it's gone. I love it. Are they listening to us? Nah, they're not listening to us. Hold on. No, I don't see it on that one.
They have my internet on speed dial.
I'm looking, guys. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Not that one. I don't see it. Which thread?
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Okay. Just post it as a new post on my Facebook wall right now, so I can take a snapshot. Cause I can't believe I didn't take a snapshot either. There was no reason for me to, because, I mean, come on. Do you think they were really gonna go and remove the name of thermal whatever from the landing strip? Come
Dang,
on.
you post a lot of stuff. Dang.
Well, not only me, but all the fans of Facebook, with me, they're right behind me, man. God, where is it? God, I don't know. I didn't. I'm right at the spot where I didn't know. Okay. So, all right. So go and take a snapshot.
Oh, I'm still scrolling down.
Well, no.
I'm now at May 29th.
No. But what you're saying is that you just looked right now, and there isn't. The name is gone, right?
There's no marker on the site at all.
Okay. Well, take a snapshot of that right now. So what you're saying though is that you posted on my wall the actual snapshot of the marker on it, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Then we got to find that so we can compare both you guys. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of paranormal world, that right there is proof. Okay? Because we don't have access to Google Earth. All right? And we're talking to Mickey Burrow right now, who is probably just crapped his pants because he couldn't find the marker and it said Geo. That is awesome. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and keep finding it for me, and we're gonna continue talking because, wow, this is really cool, guys. I mean, yeah. I mean, what else do you want me to say? I mean, they're monitoring us, and for all those people who don't think they are, they are.
They're probably monitoring. Didn't they just pass a law saying they can't monitor it? Well, I guess they can monitor this.
They can monitor whatever the heck they want, regardless of what they tell us.
Yeah.
True.
So what's going on with your professor? He hasn't called me, or you haven't. He doesn't want to come on, Emerald?
I don't know. School's out.
Oh.
I haven't
God.
Yeah, he's working on stuff right now too.
Like a book? What?
Big stuff that I probably shouldn't talk about right now. So, yeah, sorry.
Which professor and what?
This is a professor. He works kind of like predictive policing, research methods, and stuff like that. Why did I just forget his name? That's funny. Totally forgot his name.
It's harp to your brain.
Huh?
Nothing.
They're listening. They wiped her brain.
They wiped her
Dang
brain
it.
out through that microphone. She's
You
having
put some foil on your head.
yeah,
though.
right now she's having a brain fart, guys.
Well, I'm not feeling too good right now
I
either.
left
so
my
that's,
foil at home. Darn it.
Messing with me.
So, okay, well, anyways, for all those who have been listening to us in the past, understand that Emerald goes to Fresno State.
Professor Kistner.
Okay, and when Emerald started sitting in and being and doing our engineer stuff and watching volumes and with the Dark Matter Network and Keith and artbell.com. She listens to what Alan and I have been talking about, and when she took this class, her professor was giving them some examples, and Emerald would actually respond back with the answers, and then the teacher said to you what?
He was like, how do you know that? Where'd you get that from?
Where the hell are you? What the?
Well, because what he started talking about was like Sandy Hook, Boston bombing, some of the same quote-unquote actors that they were using in the media.
Okay, now we're talking a Fresno State professor is talking to you about possibility that Sandy Hook did not actually happen.
He says it doesn't. He's not questioning it. He says.
So he said it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Are you guys listening to this? I'm not saying it.
It's not all. We have a few professors, and it's funny because I'm crim, so the only ones I'm hearing from are the higher up crim professors. We have a few that are like, oh, that's total BS. Like, really? Come on, guys. You guys are college students, and you're falling into this media trap. Like, get real. Like, they'll sit there and they'll tell us that.
Okay, telling you that what you're actually listening to is false information.
Yes. I have a few professors that say, and Kistner's one of the good ones. He's like, think for yourselves. If the media's telling you one thing, go on the internet. You could find all this information that they're lying their ass off.
Okay, so the professor was sort of kind of blown away because you were probably the only one who said, wait a minute, that picture that they used in a school shooting in where
it was one of the ones,
in Pakistan or whatever,
Middle East somewhere,
right.
And then it was one of the little boys who had apparently died at Sandy Hook.
Right, and then you said, what was the difference? What happened here? Then you mentioned the little boy with the picture, and he probably looked at you and said, whoa.
Yeah.
He was blown away.
He was like, how do you know that? And I was like, radio show.
So
cool.
he was blown away that you knew actually more than one thing, and he knew that you were on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So right now, people, Emerald is trying to get him. Was during school, before summer break occurred, was trying to get him on the show because an actual professor,
with the doctorate,
he's a doctor. All right. Is saying Sandy Hook didn't happen and the Boston bombing was a false flag. Pretty much, right?
Well, he's saying more Sandy Hook. He doesn't think the Boston bombing either. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he wasn't too thrilled with that one either.
Okay.
Just because it was the same people, same actors.
Okay, and he's saying that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, didn't you put something up, or somebody put something up about certain?
There's stuff going all over Facebook all the time.
No, it was a certain department hiring role players.
Yeah. I just posted that on my Facebook wall, as a matter of fact.
You just saw that.
That the let me look it up, and some people are sharing it as well. Have you found it, Mickey?
Yeah, I'm about to post pictures right now.
Okay.
Stand by.
Are we still going?
Yeah, we're still going. We're still moving. Well, you tell me.
Well, I mean, it just stopped on me, and I just restarted it. I don't know if I'm replaying it or not.
Okay, let me look on my email because I just got a ding, and I know I'm a ding, but that's okay. No, it's not the ding that I was expecting.
Ding dong.
Oh, there's another ding. People stand by. We are receiving multiple emails, and no, not from him.
Got the name for you.
What? The name?
Oxbow. OXBOW.
Oxbow?
What? Oxbow what? What are you talking about?
That's a familiar term.
Oxbow geothermal.
Oh.
Oxbow.
Okay. So you found the photograph then?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you on your cell phone or on your computer?
Yeah, I'm posting it right now. Hold on.
Okay. So you're going to post it where?
Posting it on your wall right now.
Okay.
Should be there any second.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to retrieve that from my wall. I'm going to take a snapshot. I am going to email it to me, and then I'm going to go onto my computer, and I'm going to lower the volume so Keith doesn't yell at me again because he goes, "You've got mail."
That made me jump out of my shorts, man.
And I am lowering it right now. Okay, I just muted the volume, so I'm hoping it's not going to go over.
And I was editing at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that went, "You got mail." My wife about
There it
killed
is.
me, man.
It's showing up now.
Okay. And
I was right over the top of it.
okay, and I am going to go to standby, and I'm going to look at it, and there it is.
Man, I'm almost positive I read something about
There it is.
Operation
Oh my-
Oxbow.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me, dude.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Okay, so now do me a favor and go to Google Earth again, Mickey, and take a snapshot of the same picture.
It is there.
Oh, it is there.
I typed in Oxbow and it came right up.
Damn it. So he was probably looking at the wrong place. Okay, so we're
No,
not.
it was the right place. I was
Okay,
right on top of
okay.
it. It just wasn't labeled.
But
So it was there and then it wasn't, or it was.
so what are you saying? Is it so? It is labeled right now then.
When I typed in Oxbow, it came up.
Okay,
And now it's labeled.
and now it's labeled, but it wasn't before. Do you think maybe
No.
you think maybe you didn't zoom in enough and then zoomed out? Because usually when you don't.
No, because I zoomed in right in all the way to the ground.
It's in the process of
Here's-
losing it.
Hey, okay, here's a conspiracy theory for you. Okay,
Okay.
what does a bow do? A bow shoots something, right?
Ooh.
Well, so the name of the place is once again.
Oxbow.
Oxbow, OXBOW,
Oh,
geothermal landing strip.
that's what I'm looking at right now. So all those who want to go Google, Oxbow spells OXBOW, OXB as in bow, OW, geothermal landing strip. And this is where Mickey, not me, not Alan, not Emerald, Mickey pinpointed, and he went and searched for the location where he thinks this particular beam was shot off, and it came to this location. Kind of funny, and I know Mickey, he would not lie, he would not make crap up just to make the show exciting. If he says it wasn't there a little while ago, it wasn't there, and then we caught on to it, and they might have very well went in and punched it back in. I mean, what do you want me to say? He didn't see what he thought he saw? I'm not going to say that.
Maybe they're not labeling it anymore. Like, you just can't scroll by it and it'll label it.
So you have
But
to type it
if
in.
you
Yeah,
type
you
it
have
in,
to know
then-
what it is.
Right, huh?
Oh, okay. So an on and off switch somewhere where it allows you to do that. So if people want to go and find it and just like hover over that area, they're not going to see the
Right.
pinpoint. So they have to type it in search, and it's going to come
Yeah.
up.
Right.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you people how I narrowed it down to there. On the Doppler radar, you can see US 50 and how it kind of curves to the northwest. You can see that on the Doppler radar image. And what I did was I found that where that jogs to the northwest on Google Earth and narrowed it down to that approximate area of where that's at. So if they're curious how I came up with Oxbow, that's how I did it.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, you're hearing it from Mickey. All right. He just told us what he tried to do and didn't find it, and now all of a sudden it showed up. We're gonna let you just.
See, now after you get off the show tonight, type in Google search Operation Oxbow and see what comes up, because I'm almost positive I read something about a government thing called Oxbow.
All right, let's look
That
it
was
up
the
right now.
name of it. I'm almost positive,
Hold on,
but it's been a while. I delve in down to these little rabbit
I
holes
got,
all the time.
I got Operation Overlord. Overlord? No.
No.
Oh, damn it. Oxbow.
that would be Obama.
Oh my God! There's an actual thing that says Operation Expo.
Operation Oxbow, a feasible study for the establishment of a medium high altitude training camp for middle and long distance runners. That's not right. Okay.
Goes into well, yeah, I am. Gosh, there's something wrong going on with my. Okay, I'll let you look it up. All right. So okay. All right, Mickey.
Okay.
Thanks, dude. You
Yeah.
are again, for everybody who does not believe in all this, Mickey is one of those guys who is truly a non-believer in this stuff, but he's finding these things on his own, and it's making him think a little bit. So It's awesome when he comes on the air and talks to you in person, because it's not like we're not making this stuff up. It's coming from him. And being in law enforcement, he's the type of guy who needs to see the stuff firsthand. It can't be word of mouth. It's got to be there. It's all science. That's what he does. So, all right, Mickey. Any more stuff like this, dude? You call me up and you cuss me out, and you whatever you're gonna do, you make me aware of stuff that you find in the near future. Okay?
If I have the Men in Black show at my door tonight, I'll give you a call.
Right on, dude. All right, Mickey. Thanks, man.
Bye, Mickey.
We'll let you know when we're gonna go up. Okay?
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Now.
Okay.
See you, Alan.
Later, bro.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, you guys put those pictures up of that rock formation, and I remember when we went there. I couldn't go walking up the hill, and you guys walked up the hill, and I was sitting there with binoculars watching everybody walk up the hill.
Right.
Man, you guys have so much fun. Oh, it's Heidi time.
Heidi time.
It's 6:30. Call her up.
It's
I'm
6:30.
Heidi.
She's been in chat for a little while. Hi, Heidi.
Right, Heidi. Where's she? Heidi.
Hey.
Yay, she's
What
alive.
about time?
I know. I'm so sorry I left you guys alone. I was afraid you guys were going to rip the place down, but it looks in pretty good shape over there.
Yeah, not bad. We made some changes since you've been
see.
out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a Disneyland ride
All right,
now.
so what is going on with you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm okay, as well as I can be for now, I guess you could say. But, yeah, I'm all right. Not bad. I'm in one piece so far. How are you guys?
Good. I mean,
Right now I'm in one piece. I don't know about in a week or so.
yeah, I mean, everybody's getting over these whatever flu bug that's going around, and it's pretty much knocking everybody down to the ground for about a week or two, and so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like that all over the United States, or is it just here, or because of the chemtrails. I don't know, man. So, but it's one of those
I
things.
actually had heard that there was another round of odd flu stuff going around,
Okay.
even here in the Midwest. So.
Okay, well then
Really?
that's what it must be then. So,
Yep.
all right, Heidi. Well, you've been gone for a long time. Why don't you give everybody the 411 on who you are?
Oh, God, I am a mystery guest. How's that? I love to write on anything and everything out of the ordinary. And I've experienced a lot of odd things, and I like to give people a lot of odd advice. So I like to call this segment Odd Advice. Go figure.
Cool.
There you go.
But I always like to say I'm someone who has been there, seen that, experienced it, freaked out, found some answers, wrote about it, got over it, and now I hope to help others do the same thing and understand this crazy, crazy world of ours. And I invite everybody to check out my main website, which is, drumroll, where's the drumroll?
Hold on.
HeidiHollis.com. But, and I want to tell everybody, too, if you have a story, if you want some odd advice on things, I don't care whatever it is, if Bigfoot's got his feet up on your coffee table, it might be one of these guys on the show, or it might be a real Bigfoot. We don't know, but we'll put it to the test. So write me at oddadvice@gmail.com. Send your drawings, pictures, theories, comments, all that good stuff. So there we go. How's
Right
that
on.
for an intro?
Right
Is that
on.
good?
Okay, so Heidi has been looking for some cool stuff to talk about, and she sent me some photographs, and those photographs can be viewed right now on the artbell.com website, and they are numbered 1 through 11, and she's going to be talking about them, and I'm going to be placing them on the screen here at live stream, and for those who are at our artbell.com can view them as well and not lose anything. So let's go ahead and pull number 1 up, and black-eyed children. Actually, is this about the tattoo eyes or black-eyed children?
You know what? It's something a little bit stranger than that. And because I have been gone for, gosh, what did I get knocked in the head over a month ago? I wanted to kind of personalize the stories that I'm going to share with you tonight, because I just think that it's overdue, because some of these things that I was getting recently, these stories and comments and stuff from people, I'm just like, you know what? I just got to go there. All right. Okay. So that first picture that you're speaking of, it was sent to me from someone. This is a graphic that, you can see all over the internet. So this is nothing that somebody took a picture of or made. But this correlates to an email that I got. And it says, "Dear Heidi, I've written you an email before about my encounter with the Hat Man. Well, I just had another bizarre experience literally today." Now, I got this email this past Friday on the 29th. So they say, "I was walking in downtown Honolulu when I look up and see a rather tall and slender man coming towards me. He was a bit dirty and had dark black dreadlocks, and he was wearing a long black trench coat. When I looked at his eyes, all I saw is that they were dark as the night, and they shined. He looked empty and soulless. It gave me the shivers. I also suddenly felt sad and lonely with a bit of anxiety. I quickly looked away, turned, and went the other direction. Now, mind you, this is broad daylight, so I saw him clearly. Anyways, this is what his eyes look like." So he sent this picture. "If you get the time, can you please go more in depth about black-eyed people or children? Thank you, Brian." Now, okay, I got to share with you guys something. This is freaky, okay? I knew this guy who was from Honolulu, but he also lived in California. He went back and forth. He has a big mansion on, was it Diamond Head or something like that in Honolulu? And he told me about a strange situation that happened to him once when he came to one of his onshore adventures into Los Angeles. He wanted to help recent illegal immigrants get settled in the United States. And he dated this, if I remember right, it was like the late 70s. So I guess that at the time, like the United States or something was going to close. This is what he told me, that they were about to make it more difficult for people from China and other countries to come over. So he wanted to try to get these people in the country settled with a home, job, whatever. Okay, so there are all these volunteers, and he was a volunteer. And there was this big warehouse where they had all of these illegal immigrants. And from all walks of life is what he described them as, Mexico, China, whatever. And he went into the office, and he was being shown around. It's just like, and he's like, one half of the warehouse had, these people, kind of in sleeping bags on cots, and little kids and whatever, and families gathered together and trying to be as comfortable as possible as they were processing them. On the other half of the warehouse, there were all of these people that had straight black hair. They looked like regular people, except for everybody had on dark shades. And he was like being just, told, okay, this is where you're going to be going in to, fill out some of the paperwork for some of these people, get them settled. And he's like, okay. And he's like, he said it was confusing, it's like we're indoors and it wasn't that bright in there, that all these people had all these sunglasses on. And he said that one of the little kids, they also had little kids, these people that have these sunglasses on indoors. And one of the little kids, like, started running up to him to, like, go hug him or say hello or something. And one of the people that was, giving him a tour of the place to say what his volunteering position would be, stopped the kid, kind of grabbed the kid and, it's like, don't run over here. And when the kid did, his sunglasses fell off, and he looked straight up at my friend, and he had solid black eyes. So he was like, they looked at him, and he looked away and did his best to act like he didn't see that, or, he doubted his own eyes type of thing. But he's like, I got a good look, and I know what I saw. They shoved those sunglasses back on that kid and shoved them out so fast. And I was like, what am I a part of here? What is going on? He's like, I finished my volunteering shift, and I got the heck out of there. He was like, I felt like we were helping to resettle something that wasn't quite human.
Whoa.
So what does that say? The black-eyed people, the black-eyed children, I really don't know. But is the government aware of it? Apparently so, because this is something that was going on way back when. And it was a really shady kind of situation, according to this friend of mine that I knew. And it got stranger for him later on. He also, I want to say it was several months later, he got picked up and interrogated by these so-called government military people, and he was held for several days and asked about the immigrants. And he said they were like speaking in code, wink, wink, where, what do you know about them type of thing, and trying to see what he knew, what was going on. And he said, I've totally played dumb because I felt like these people were going to kill me if I admitted to what it was I understood and why I, totally fled the situation. So, when I hear about these black-eyed kids that are being seen today, I don't know if they're quite the same as what you hear when it comes to these other like spotted people, like what this person that wrote me said. It seems to me, I've had other situations where people have seen these half human, half alien hybrids, where they have solid black eyes as well. So it's like, I think, in all honesty, that there may be that link that this is not something that's quite human that's going on. Oh, that's strange. I'm getting weird knocking on my walls when I'm talking to you guys. Great. I think they're here.
What? Are you kidding?
That's really weird.
Now, do you live in an apartment building, don't you? Or
I do. A rather. That's just weird. I mean, the area that it came from, though, is a hallway and it's up high, kind of. That was just bizarre. I don't get it. But
okay.
Like, okay, the black-eyed people are like, don't tell our secrets. But again, I don't know. It's like, how do you categorize? Here's this guy that saw this, dreadlock guy walking down the beach with a black trench coat on with a solid black eyes. I get these reports every once in a while. But it's like to say, are those alien hybrids? If so, why aren't they, trying to blend in a little bit better, get some, colored contacts or something? I don't know.
I wonder.
But it's like,
I wonder,
what's that?
They have this new thing fad that my kids have showed me. They shared some things with me about people tattooing their eyes all black. Maybe they're doing that so that these things can actually come walking around in public. You know what I mean? Like, right now, they have to wear dark glasses or stay out of everybody. Because I've heard the same thing where somebody drops their glasses and then everybody that's sitting at the table goes, whoa, that person's eyes are all black.
Right.
And then, everything falls apart at that meeting. But maybe if these guys are getting their eyes tattooed, so everybody's like, oh, that was just somebody's eyes tattooed.
Right, because I posted that on my wall last week. The new fad, like you said, tattoo. People tattooing their eyelids, or not eyelids, but the whites of their eyes.
Yeah,
black or whatever color they want. I never thought about that. Are they not a deterrent, but a
make it normal.
Yeah, so you won't know.
Yeah,
that's a very creepy thought. The thing that tells me that this was a little bit different, than a tattoo is that feeling of dread that came with it. Just like that gut feeling that let him know that he was in danger or was around something evil. So it's like, I've heard of. I even had a friend that wrote me, living in Israel, that had seen something similar, and it's like just so crazy. It's like back in the day when a lot of people were being abducted and having these human alien hybrid babies. I had several friends that were known to be pregnant, and lo and behold, the baby disappears, and they're shown the kid when they're on board a UFO. And one of them actually had this very direct memory of essentially being handed babies that were obviously half human, half alien, and holding the baby up, having a look at the kid, and being asked, does it pass? So it's like, nope, this one doesn't pass for human. Oh, this one's okay. It was like a Lucille Ball, sorting out the chocolates or something. It was like, what? That is just crazy. So, it's I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of different tactics that are going on by these dark beings around us that may be trying to slip past us. Maybe the tattooed eyeball thing is an invention of theirs. I mean, who would think, gee, I bet I could color that in? That's just nuts. I don't get it.
Wow, that's scary. Okay.
It is.
Wow.
It is. But,
Okay.
I guess you have to kind of go by your gut feeling when you run into somebody like that. I mean, your first initial feeling is going to be like a little bit shock, but if it carries on and you have that fear thing, like making you want to run, you might want to listen to it.
Oh, yeah. I always tell people is you got to be able to discern what's in front of you, whether your eyes are open or closed.
Right.
Honestly.
Wow.
Honestly. And I mean, even in my book on the Hat Man, I mean, I have not, prior to this, experienced the Hat Man.
Right.
And he stepped into my room, and I knew who it was without looking. And I wasn't going to give him the pleasure of looking. Was not going to do it. I'm like, no, that's just going to freak me out, and it's going to show, weakness within me, so why do it? I can handle it from here without having to give him respectful fear.
And that's what they want. They feed on that fear thing.
Yeah.
They love to scare the crap out of you. And they get a thrill out of it. I mean, the more stories I hear, like, since we've been having you on the show and, doing your thing, I've been getting lots of emails of people telling me, about their Hat Man, and I mean from relatives and stuff, and how fearful they get in it. And some of them even say that their fear, when they fear, they feel like it even makes that thing stronger.
Oh yeah.
And gives it more authority over them, even where it can, like start doing things. It owns them because they are fearing it.
Oh gosh, I've been face to face with shadow people where, I mean, that amount of fear makes your knees grow weak. I mean, it's such a debilitating fear. It's like you were trying to scream, but nothing's coming out. It's so difficult to describe exactly what it's like. But man, it's a crazy sensation. So it's like I try my best not to bow down to such a thing and just call on the big guy and just be done with it, because it's like why I'm not a curious person to know how ugly it is. I've seen ugly things. If I don't have to look, I'm not gonna look.
Right. That's what happened to me when I saw the Bigfoot. I mean, absolutely. Knees went rubber, skin started wanting to run. My mind was like, what is this? I mean, it was really intense. You get all these real intense emotional feelings, and they last like years. Like every time you recall the thing, you feel it all over again. It's kind of weird.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. But you know what's even cooler, though? When you recall the holy encounters, it's the same awe.
It is. You're right.
So, the evil's powerful, but the good is even more powerful. So, it happens.
All right. Let's go to photograph number 2.
All right, number 2. Get this. Okay. There's a personal story attached to this one, because this is a very, very important photograph for myself. This is from Puebla, Mexico, 1994, December 21st. Carlos Diaz, he has an extensive photo gallery, and while taking photos of the eruption of, I'm not even going to attempt this name, I don't know, Mount Popocatépetl? I don't know. But he shot this photo. It's been authenticated and whatnot. It's been published in a lot of different magazines, books, newspapers, and whatnot, okay? Prior to this photograph, I had never seen or even heard of such a UFO before. because I was really, really looking for something like this because I had personally seen a big whopper of a UFO that looked exactly like this thing, where the whole body glowed an orangish red. And to share a little bit what happened, I want to say that this was, had to be like 91, 92 or something like that. And a friend of mine and I were driving downtown Milwaukee, and it was night out, and it was fairly late at night, and I looked out the window. She was driving, and I looked out the window, and I'm like, oh, gosh, what is that bright light over there? And my friend looks over my shoulder. She's like, well, isn't that the moon? I'm like, if it's the moon, it's going to land on us. I'm like, it's coming up quick on us. And I mean, it's like this thing saw me when I saw it in the distance, and it said, oh, let me go say hello to Heidi and her friend, see what they're up to. It was crazy. I'm like, holy smokes, this thing went right over our car. And, you know, just like that movie Independence Day, where you look up and all you could see was the craft, that's how big this mother was. This thing was huge. I faced several football field links. I don't know. It was humongous. And, I mean, it lit up everything. My friend is driving. She's like, oh, my God. And I'm just looking up, totally in awe, like, oh, this is the moment. I want to take this all in. And I'm looking at the clock, making sure we're not having missing time or anything. My friend's all over the road, and she's like, I don't see this. And I'm like, open your eyes. You're going to kill us. I'm like, this is so cool. She's from Nigeria. She's very superstitious.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so she was like, this is a bad sign.
Yeah.
And I am just like, a kid in a candy shop. I was already, interested in the topic, but this was taking the cake right here. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, this is so beautiful. This thing, like, it came down, I want to say, it was probably 4 stories up above us, and it was really low. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is so cool. And this thing, like, it had its look, and it slowly went up into the night sky. And as it did, it lit up the clouds, the night clouds, as it went up. And I was like, that was amazing. My friend's like, you can never get me to admit I saw this. You can never. She's just like totally in a panic, repeating this over and over. I'll never admit that I saw this. This thing came back down out of the night clouds, came really low again, and I said, oh, it must have heard you. And it took off like towards Lake Michigan in an instant. It was amazing, just amazing. And, my friend didn't speak about it for at least a year. Couldn't talk. She just couldn't speak of it.
Danny's in chat right now. He said this is what Travis Walton saw.
The colors and everything like this, it looks the same.
That's the guy that was abducted and gone for 5 days.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'd spoken to him several times. That's absolutely just amazing. And I never really did. I remember that they said that it looked like a fire was in the woods, but I don't recall him saying that the whole body of it looked like this. That's interesting. It looked like it was alive. The ship itself looked like it was alive because of the texture, the glow. I mean, I saw no metal, nothing metal. And I mean, I had a really good look at it, and it just ate up the whole sky. It was humongous.
It looks good enough to eat to me. It looks like a Werther's. I'm like ready to munch it up.
Oh boy! What was funny? I called around. I had the mind to call around, and I called the police. I'm like, hey, did anybody just say they saw this monster thing, in the sky? And at first I just asked them. I said, did anybody call in about something weird being in the sky? And then he was like, no, but what did you see? And I'm like, well, it was a big glowing orange ball. I didn't know what to say. And I called the airport. Everybody was, no, but what did you see? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to put my name to this and just leave this alone. It was so strange. There was no way that people didn't see this thing. It was downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was just crazy. But So when I saw this photograph a few years later, I was like, oh my God, finally somebody else got a picture or saw this thing, because I just had nothing to compare it against. So it was really kind of frustrating for a bit, to say, really, Heidi, it didn't have any metal? I'm like, no, it was, the whole thing glowed. So it was really cool to see this photograph come forward, and I was mesmerized by it because I'm like, it was just like reliving it to be able to see it. So every time I see this photo, I'm like, this just like justified for myself, what I'd seen. And my friend would never go on record having seen it.
Right. Well, their religion beliefs, it's just going to mess them up. I mean, that probably messed her up for the rest of her life. Now she has to think about everything. It totally messed her up. It did. It has to have. So.
Well, I got to talk to her only one-on-one in regards to it a year later. And, she spoke very quietly and softly in regard to it. And she said, Heidi, you have to, I didn't mean to leave you alone in this reality. I'm like, it didn't bother me. I'd seen other UFOs. That was just the biggest one I'd ever seen. But she was like, you have to understand, I come from Nigeria. There's a lot of voodoo, and I've seen some crazy things in my country. She's like, and, you don't speak of these things. So otherwise, it brings bad things to you. And she bit her tongue for a year, and almost to the day, like she was waiting, to share when she started talking about it. But she didn't talk to anybody but me, so that was weird.
That's cool.
But so I had to share that one because that's a doozy of a story for myself that really got me on the ball and looking into these topics a lot more.
Okay, but, I got picture number 3.
Picture number 3. Okay. I love to get into miraculous things, and though I'm not Catholic, I had to highlight the story because it's just so freaking fascinating. And this is something that happened in Cairo, Egypt, 1968 to 1978. Now, this first picture that you're going to see here, it shows this church that is called, let me see here. It's called Mary, hold on, where is this? Virgin Mary Coptic Orthodox Church of Zaytun, Cairo, Egypt. Okay, I'm going to tell. This is a little bit of an in-depth story, but I just think that people would find this fascinating because it's just something that,
especially from Egypt. I mean, this is the stuff,
Egypt.
right?
Something that a lot of people don't talk about. So I think.
And stories like this, you only hear from. I don't want to say the UK, but like from Rome and Spain and from America, but not from Egypt.
I'm going to build up this story because I want people to really hit this one because this is mind-blowing. So, okay, you guys see the first picture that's up there. Okay, It says, all right, so over these domes of this small church, Mary appeared to millions of people for more than a year, starting on the eve of Tuesday, April 2nd, 1968. This church has 5 domes. The central large dome stands up about 12 meters above the ground surface, and it's surrounded by 4 smaller domes. Each of them is raised 9 meters above the ground. So, again, starting Tuesday, April 2nd, 1968, Virgin Mary appeared in different forms over the domes of the Coptic Orthodox Church, named after her. So this is Zaytun, Cairo, Egypt again, and Reverend Father Constantine Mosa was the church priest at the time of these apparitions. And sometimes Mary would appear only for a few minutes, but also up to several hours. Okay, so you go to that next picture, and that shows a better photo of the church, more up to date. And then the following one shows what it looked like back then in 1968. Okay, so that is, well, let me take a look here. Okay, so now looking at, going on to picture 6, Mary was reportedly witnessed by millions of people who came from all over the world who either traveled or lived in Egypt. And it didn't matter what religion the people were. I don't care if they were Muslim, Jewish, Protestant, Catholic, and even those who claim not to be religious. They all reported seeing these apparitions of Mary. And there were even reports where people that were sick got cured, blind people got their eyesight back, And people, I just think it's interesting that there were several people who were absolute non-believers that, totally converted to be Catholic after these sightings. So that's mind-blowing. But I mean, I guess when you see something like this, it's pretty amazing and convincing. So go to picture 7 and 8. This is the very interesting part to me because
Okay, I'm looking at picture 7. So you're telling me this is an actual photograph?
These are actual photographs.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
So what is that, like an apparition?
Yeah, that's Mary. I mean, that's for those Catholics. This is a
It's supposed to be Mary, right?
Right. I mean, that's from the statues and the pictures that I've seen. That looks like Mary. Now,
very much so.
Now I am looking at. Okay, we got number 8 up. What am I looking up here? What?
Okay.
2 UFOs.
Okay, so this is exactly, that's what's so absolutely interesting about the story. Sometimes when she was seen, people described luminous heavenly bodies shaped like doves and moving at high speeds. The above 2 photos that you guys are showing there show luminous heavenly beings shaped like doves and flying over the church. These beings would appear out of nowhere and did not flap their wings while they continued at a high speed of rate of speed there, and they would disappear almost as quickly as they showed up. So, and then that one that you're showing there shows that they're like in a form of a cross. These lovely doves. Pope Kyrillos IV, he entrusted a committee of high-ranking priests and bishops to investigate the apparitions. And on Saturday, May 4th, 1968, the Coptic Orthodox Church officially confirmed the apparitions after thorough investigation as being legit. He also assigned the responsibility of documenting the apparitions and accompanying miracles to a special committee that was headed by Anba Gregorius, Bishop of Graduate Studies of the Coptic Culture and Scientific Research. So, and that's picture number 9. I don't know if you got to that one yet. But
that one's
picture
amazing.
number 11.
Okay,
Shows
there.
a photo.
Okay, I have 9 right now, and these are the
Okay.
dove objects, and it's like forming of a cross. Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
all right. Number 9 and 10.
Okay, so I'm on number 10 now.
Okay. All right. And this one, let me see here. I think these got a little bit goofed. That's bizarre. Huh. But there's a photo that shows an apparition of the Virgin Mary with the infant Jesus Christ. I have it here listed as number 11. I can't see what you guys are showing right now, but it's bizarre. It's like I had number 10 here, then it switched to 11.
Okay, number 10.
God only knows.
Okay.
But the apparitions were also approved by the local Catholic patriarch, Cardinal Stephanos, who stated that the apparitions of Mary at Zaytun were beyond any doubt and were seen by many of his trustworthy Coptic Catholic children. Father Dr. Henry Eyrote, the rector of the Catholic College in Cairo, also declared his acceptance of the miraculous apparitions of Virgin Mary, saying that whether Catholic or Orthodox, we are all her children and she loves us all equally, and her apparitions at the Zaytun Coptic Orthodox Church confirmed this notion. There was also Dr. Ibrahim, head of all Protestant evangelical ministries in Egypt at the time of the apparitions, affirmed that the apparitions were true. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Pope Paul IV of Rome sent a report of this being true as well. Now, going on to the final picture. That's so strange. It's like my picture's got a little goofed. Oh, it's picture 11 is the last one.
Okay.
All right. So
now
this is an official statement.
Okay.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it neat to see though?
It's no. Go ahead and finish talking about this picture, and then we're going to get into about the religion and
UFOs. The official
UFOs.
statement from the papal residence in Cairo on the apparition. This is what it says. Since the evening of Tuesday, April 2nd, 1968, The apparitions of Holy Virgin Saint Mary, Mother of Light, have continued in the Coptic Orthodox Church, named after her. The apparitions occurred on many different nights and are continuing in different forms. The Holy Virgin appeared sometimes in full form and sometimes in a bust, surrounded with a halo of shining light. She was seen at times on the openings of the domes on the roof of the church, and at other times outside the domes, moving and walking on the roof of the church and over the domes, when she knelt in reverence in front of the cross. The cross shone with bright light when she did this, waving her blessed hands and nodding her holy head. She blessed the people who gathered to observe the miracle. She appeared several times, sometimes in the form of a body, like a very bright cloud, and sometimes as a figure of light, preceded with heavenly bodies shaped like doves moving at high speeds. The apparitions continued for long periods, up to 2 hours and 15 minutes, as in the dawn of Tuesday, April 30th, 1968. She appeared continuously from 2:45 a.m. until 5 a.m. Thousands of people from different denominations and religions, Egyptians, foreign visitors, clergy, scientists from different classes and professions, all observed the apparitions. The description of each apparition as of the time, location, and configuration was identically witnessed by all people, which makes this apparition unique and sublime. Two important aspects accompanied these apparitions. The first is an incredible revival of the faith in God, the other world, and the saints, leading to repentance and conversion of many who strayed away from the faith. The second are the numerous miracles of healing, which were verified by many physicians to be miraculous in nature. The papal residence has thoroughly investigated the apparitions and gathered information by way of committees of clergy who have also witnessed the apparitions by themselves and recorded everything in what reports presented to His Holiness Pope Kyrillos IV. By issuing this statement, the papal residence declares with full faith and great joy the humility of a thankful heart that the Virgin Mary, Mother of Light, appeared in clear forms on many different nights for periods of variable length, lasting in continuous occasions for more than 2 hours. Okay. This is interesting because I've heard and read up on this because there's an awesome book by Kevin A. Cook. His book is called Marian Apparitions Are Real, Visits of Jesus and Mary. He told me how the government of Egypt would try their best to dissuade people to say this is a hoax. Somebody's shooting a light and somehow projecting this image of Mary and whatnot. So they would send all of these troops and guards and police to go and, try to find who's doing this, and they could never find the source of it. So this is funny. This is a report of General Information and Complaints Department of Cairo, Egypt in 1968. It says official investigations have been carried out with the result that it has been considered an undeniable fact that the Blessed Virgin Mary has been appearing on Zaytun Church in a clear and bright luminous body, seen by all present in front of the church, whether Christian or Muslim. Wow. The end. How's that?
That's a whole episode that we can talk about religion and UFOs. You guys know where I'm going with this, but
yes.
The doves and the formations and all that. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what if like Alan says, and you say that the UFO phenomena is just demons, right, acting as aliens, then why would they do something like this? Put an apparition of the Virgin Mary, being that it's a very, very powerful Catholic symbol, in Egypt, where the Christian faith is not really practiced. I don't know if today they do or not, but and trying to convert what other religions and Muslims, I guess, in Egypt over to Christianity. And if that's the case here, why would demons do that if they were demons? Follow me?
Well, I follow you, but me being Protestant,
okay,
and looking at the first commandment, and what is it that Protestants and Catholics always fuss over is thou shalt have no other gods before me, and we don't understand the whole focus on Mary,
Right.
So, and it's like, well, if a UFO was going to project and distract away from God, of course they would pull. This is I'm just playing devil's advocate
right,
on
right,
it.
right.
I have a lot of good Catholic friends, but
sure.
it's just to me it's like, it's
different,
different,
if you would take the Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ, and God, that would all be incorporated into the one religion. So if you were to, let's say, put up a image of Michael, the Saint Michael, or anything like that, then to me it's still, you're still worshiping a god. I mean, the God. But I think that all of these symbols, like the Virgin Mary and the cross and Jesus on the cross, it's still telling you that there is a God, and it's not really deterring you away from the religion. It's just giving you, I don't want to say hope, but a vision that there is such a place up there, and all this is all related to each other. Because again, if it was aliens or demons in these spaceships or these doves, and they were trying to deter people from Christianity, the symbol of the Virgin Mary would not be an ideal image to put up if you want to deter it away.
It would be a perfect one.
It would be a perfect one.
Sure. I mean, more people would rather that than if it was actual Jesus or something. They'll reject it immediately if it's Jesus, but they'll take Mary, and then they'll go in there and do all the other idols. You know what I mean? Like the ones
right.
The angels, and then you can't even be forgiven unless you go to the Padre or whatever they call those guys, and you actually talk to him, and he's the one, go do 50 Virgin Marys or whatever,
right.
And you're good, right? You're not good. I mean, all that is not good. And in some of the books, I mean, if you read about it, like in Revelation, I think it's in chapter 20 or something like that, it talks about that religion. It's the one with the 7 hills, and it has a cup of abomination. And then when you look at the Padres, or whatever they call them, the cup of abomination is the sins that they're forgiving everybody, and they're not.
Sound very non-Catholic to me right about now, Alan.
I'm totally. I used to think it was like. I used to think it was like really Christian, but only I found out it was totally anti-Christian.
Yeah, and I hate to have that stance, but I was raised totally not Catholic, Methodist, and then having to go to a Catholic college, I was like, everything I learned was opposite, and
right.
It was really like, I mean, I hate to say that I felt bad for the people that knew all this stuff. I just, there's so much to learn about saints to pray to, and it was so different. I just, it was really hard. But it's like, I hate to poo-poo what people feel passionate about, if it's for the good, if they're really passionate about it. But it does say, to me, it doesn't sit comfortably for myself, but I wasn't raised with this. For others, they feel so comforted by it, and I don't want to say, oh, you're so wrong. But, we all have our opinions, and, I have to point out when it comes to these Marian apparitions like this, it always seems to be it's associated around some odd flying objects or weird clouds or balls of light, and I'm like, UFO. I even read this story, and I've been looking for it for years again. It was in a magazine of this daughter that came out of her house somewhere in Europe, and her mom and her other sister were like, come here, they're kneeling, they're facing the house, and they said, here's Mary, and the apparition of Mary, and the daughter sees it, but she's able to look behind them and sees a UFO projecting the image. And she's going, Mom, turn around, look what's doing it.
Yeah.
And they were so in prayer, they ignored her, and she contends that, you know, in the magazine, I know what I saw. I saw a UFO projecting Mary, but my mom and sister were so enthralled with what they were seeing, they wouldn't turn around. And I'm like, you know, I never hear of, you know, I always think of that saying that Jesus said in the Bible that, you know, blessed are those who believe and have not seen. It's like faith should be blind. Jesus doesn't parade around on a rooftop, you know, and there's nothing flying around him. You know, they're always like rather personal experiences that I hear about. And when it comes to Jesus, but Mary's like a spectacle. I don't understand the opposite, you know, what it is. It's so different. But again, I don't want to put a negative spin on it. I think it's fascinating.
Right.
And it's shocking that it's not advertised more.
Well, for an example, like you were saying, the apparitions of Virgin Mary. Now, for all those who don't know, I am Catholic. Okay.
I had that feeling.
Yeah. But you guys, don't get me wrong. I mean, I believe in UFOs and the whole 9 yards, and I'm not trying to, because I'm going to give you an example. You know, people in religion, and we've talked about this a lot, and I still think, you know, to this day, I have family who don't watch this show, don't watch me, because they fear that I'm moving away from religion, moving away from my belief, my Catholic beliefs and all that, because of UFOs and all that. And one of the apparitions that occurred in the 1930s was the Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal.
They saw UFOs in that one.
See, and that's what I was trying to get at, is that there was very bright light in the sky. You know, the last, I don't want to say wish, but miracle that occurred there was that it rained so hard and everything was so wet that the miracle that occurred was a very bright light. And they say the sun came out from the sky and dried everybody, and dried their clothes, dried the ground. It was like it didn't even rain. And they said that was the miracle of the Virgin Mary. But I see where you're going with this. And it's like, okay, you know, a lot of these apparitions of the Virgin Mary does occur with very bright lights or things in the sky. It does. I have to agree. And that's where now it's got me thinking. And I've been thinking like this for a while now. Okay. It doesn't deter my belief in God. I believe there's an upper power up there. Okay. I believe in God. But you can go back and look at all of these, I don't want to say miracle, but apparitions of people visually seeing a vision of the Virgin Mary, or a cross in the sky or whatever. But you can sometimes say, wait a minute, what if what they just saw was a UFO of some type doing this to everybody, screwing with their minds? And you know, like when Richard Shaw was down here and we were talking about the Torah codes and the darkness, you know, that is something that, you know, he's religious, but he seems to think that, you know, all in the Bible, in the first 5 books, it's, you know, when they talk about bright lights or things in the skies, you know, I think they're talking about UFOs. I really do, because at that time, back then, they didn't know how to describe what they were witnessing. They were witnessing wheels on fire, burning bushes, bright lights, and they were describing them in the certain colors that they know how to describe them back then. But you can just step back and say, wait a minute, what he just described in this particular verse sounds like a freaking UFO.
I mean,
okay?
He made that point, like, I don't know what it's called. You know, I'm not like some Bible scholar or anything. But they wore the plate, and they had the 12 gemstones on it, okay, the priests.
Right.
And they couldn't go into the inner place where the mercy seat of God was, I mean, unless they had that plate on. And then God would supposedly talk to them through those gemstones lighting up in different patterns and stuff like that, and they could only go in there one time a year, right? And one time a year, God would talk to him with this plate, gold plate, and the 12 stones supposedly represented the 12 tribes of Israel, or the Jewish community. And he was saying, you know, like, what if that was really high technology stuff that they had, but only they're describing it in terms that they only could describe because they don't know what, you know, like today we might call it a LED readout or something, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's like, I have an iPad. What would they describe that as? You know what I mean? Like, what would they call that? You know, or a cell, yeah, or even a cell phone. And you know, you whip out your cell phone and you call the mothership, and you know, next thing you know, something's popping up in front of you. You know,
I just had a brain fart. I'm trying to look something up. In the first Indiana Jones movie, they were looking for what?
The Ark.
Thank you. Gosh dang it, Jeffrey. Come on.
See, that's another high technology thing, that they would tie a rope onto the ankle of the priest, so that if he went in there and he wasn't supposed to be in there, they drop dead, right? And they'll be able to pull him out, because if anybody went in there after him, everybody that went in would die.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is really interesting.
It is.
Stuff.
You guys should get that author, Kevin Cook, on. He was a Methodist minister, and then he converted to Catholicism and wrote that book, Marian Apparitions Are Real. He has a ton of information in regard to it. So I just thought it was fascinating that he, you know, from a minister
it is real. In fact, right now, if you go and Google the Catholic, what the news is today, nowadays Nowadays, the Pope is talking about blessing. If the aliens come down, they're gonna bless them, right?
Now,
I mean, they're ready to bless them.
You know, we've talked about for those who watched our last 3 shows ago, I think with Richard Shaw, about the priest, the Jewish priest, right? He has a vest. I don't want to say the vest, but it's a
plate,
that they wear on the chest with colored stones. Well, I just looked up the temple, Indiana Jones, the first movie, when they're on that island, you guys, and the priest is just about to open the ark, and I'm looking at how he's dressed, and he has that plate right on his chest for all those who want to know what it looks like. Go check it out. It just dawned on me. Look and see what, and there it is. So take a look.
Very cool.
But anyways, you know, religion and UFOs, I think there is a correlation in there.
Well, they've been around forever,
since the Bible.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and they have been, you know, people back in the days, 3,500 years ago, have been witnessing these things in the sky. So if it's in the, you know, they have been witnessing. So there's definitely something going on there. We can definitely talk about this.
Well, we're going to. I mean, we probably could give everybody a little heads up on one of our next guests coming. Can we?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Because
we are going to dig into this.
Yeah.
Do you have time for one of my emails that were
really? Yeah, really quick, because we only got 30 minutes left, and I still have a couple more things I want to talk about. But go for it, really quick.
It's so good having you back, Heidi.
Yeah, really quick. Yes,
it's good having you back.
Oh yeah, same here. It's awesome to be back. Oh my goodness.
When it feels like you never left already.
Okay, go for it on your email.
Okay, all right. This one says, Dear Heidi, my name is Timothy, and I'm a member of your group on Facebook called Paranormal Pledge. I recently finished my second year at college in Ashland, Wisconsin. While I was there, I started my own paranormal research group, NPRI, Northwoods Paranormal Research and Investigation, and we began to conduct investigations in the basement of one of the oldest buildings on campus, and the one with the most ghost stories, of course.
Woohoo.
I had an unpleasant meeting with a tall shadow man while sitting in the basement one night before Christmas break. I went home for 2 weeks after and never had any problems or experiences. It all started when I came back to my college. I began to have dreams in which my best friend would come to me and tell me I was mean to her when we were dating and that I was the sole reason we broke up, etc. Just bad things that are not true and she would not say. Well, I began to believe them as we were in the middle of a stretch of not talking to each other. It happens when she is really busy. I became depressed and didn't want to go to class or talk to anyone or leave the room. At the same time, things in my room would disappear. I would hear knocks and see shadows out of the corner of my eyes. This went on for 2 weeks until one day I was lying in bed reading a book and something breathed right next to my ear. The window was closed, the door was closed, the heater was off, and my fans weren't running. I got really angry and took down my Bible and commanded it to leave in the name of Jesus Christ, etc. After that, I never had an experience in my room. The dream stopped, and I became much happier and talked to my best friend and my other friends and got out more. After that, I created NPRI and began conducting investigations in the basement of that campus hall. I got a St. Benedict's medallion for spiritual protection and prayed every night before I went to sleep. I did a ton of research on the building and found out that no one had died in it, as the legend said that a girl had committed suicide by jumping down the elevator shaft. I did, however, find out that a couple of guys have been scratched. 3 scratches down the center of their backs, deep enough to draw blood.
Whoa. 3 scratches, right?
3.
Yep, 3. Yeah,
okay.
typical, right?
Kind of like our picture, huh?
Kind of like the chemtrails, 666. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And that many people
Emerald just gave me the evil eye.
Yeah. Many people have done Ouija board sessions and possibly even seances in the basement bathroom, which is the room with the darkest energy. Well, bathrooms are dark anyways. I was told by a student that it was at the end of the 5th of these sessions when a dark shadow man appeared in the doorway. Myself and my team have captured many EVPs in that basement with 2 distinct voices, a female and a dark male voice. For example, the first EVP we got was, "It's him, watch out." It sounds like a scared female whispering. Minutes later, after asking questions, we hear the female again say hello in a very sad, drawn-out way. This is immediately followed by a dark male voice saying, "I'll hurt you." My questions for you are, could the experiences that I had after seeing the shadow man have been a form of demonic oppression? Could the repeated Ouija board sessions in the basement have invited him into the building along with the female spirit? Is he a danger to students living in the dormitory? Thanks for reading this long message. I just want answers as to what I experienced and what myself and my team are dealing with. You can visit my website, ncparanormalresearch.webs.com.
You know what?
Thank you for your time. Okay.
Guy that it was named Charlie. Okay. No.
I was gonna talk about that after this, but go ahead. Never mind.
No, you know, the oppression thing, I think that's a given. I think that Timothy's right on. I mean,
Yep.
Alan and Jeff, I'm sure you agree that, you know, when people start feeling isolated, how they start to isolate you so they can start taking advantage of you. I mean, that's a given. Ouija boards, hello. I mean, they might as well just spell portal on the outside of the box.
And my wife was reading something to me the other day, and she was saying that Ouija board sales have outpaced all other board game sales this year.
Come on, you're kidding me.
Nuh-uh. And then my wife was shocked. She's like, "Oh my God, do they know what they're doing?" You know. But yeah, it's the #1 seller right now.
I just got a pit in my stomach. He said, "That's horrible. That's horrifying."
Yep.
Well, we're going to be really busy then. That's what that means.
I have been busy. Let me tell you, Heidi, for the past 3 weeks.
Charlie's.
I've been well, not only that, but Ouija boards and stuff in general too.
Really?
So I've been getting phone calls. It's crazy, but yeah.
That Charlie game is stupid.
Yeah,
I'm just, I've heard of it so much where people are calling this Charlie. It's like the Bloody Mary thing that people used to.
Yes,
back
I
in the
forgot
day,
about
you
that.
know?
You know what? For all those who don't know, my wife, Cheryl Diane, whatever her name is a school teacher, and all the kids on campus, elementary school, are playing this Charlie game.
You know, thank you, Facebook. Right?
You know?
There is some things about Facebook that is
and
good, that's one thing that's bad.
I have been getting calls on my 24-hour hotline from these kids, literally from Tennessee. Matter of fact, I had a phone number right now that I was going to call and talk to the kids and see if they want to talk about what they experienced. But I don't know if we're going to have any more time.
We don't have time this time.
But they say, you know, they're doing the Charlie thing, and they think they have called in a demon. and then they want to know, what do we do? And I'm all, and they ask me, and I go, why in the world would you want to call in a demon in the first place? And they would go, well, we wanted to know if it worked. Well, you now have called in a demon, so now what are you going to do? And and they would hang up the phone. You know, it's I've gotten 5 calls, and Cheryl has been actually there for about 4 of them when I would have to, help them, and it's crazy. But anyways, okay, all right, Heidi.
That's sad. Yeah. Well, I mean, and then he asked if it's a danger to students. I would say yes, and I would say that. I don't know what it is, but Ouija boards, yes, they pull in a portal, and these dark things like to hang around, and he probably just drug a soul with him, you know. She may not be attached to the area, she's attached to him.
Right.
And she's warning you, he's coming. It's call him Charlie, call him Bigfoot. No, call him Bigfoot. Bigfoot's supposed to be nice.
No,
he's not nice either.
But call him whatever. I mean, a demon's a demon,
Yep.
and I don't care what kind of definition people put on it. If it's rotten, it's rotten, and try to stay away from it. But Tim, I think you're on the right course as far as the oppression, the Ouija board, and him being a danger for sure. So, oh my goodness, there's so much going on out there, you guys. You know, maybe some of these shows will get some of these Charlie stories because, man, they're getting kind of dry. Some of these,
You want to.
My paranormal witness and a haunting. I'm like, come on, get some of these more recent stories. There's a lot out there.
There is though. All right, Heidi.
Yeah.
Stay well, please.
Yeah. I will. I promise. You guys gotta update me what's going on with the show too. I've been out of it.
Okay, we will. We'll send you a text. I had a meeting on Friday. I'll let you know what's it about.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye, Heidi.
Bye-bye.
What happened here?
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I hate when he says that.
Okay.
No, we're still good.
Yeah, but I lost the bar down here. I don't know how to bring the bar. Oh, wait a minute. Live strip. Windows.
That should bring it up if you hover over that. It should bring it up.
Close
Yeah,
window.
like that.
What? And do what? I mean, how?
Click on one of the...
Live stream produce windows. Unpin this. No. Close. I don't want to close the window. I'm hitting this and it's not coming up. The whatchamacallit.
Try reducing that.
Jeff's about to shut everyone off right now.
Oh God! I hope this doesn't happen.
I wonder if he already did. And
No,
didn't know it.
no, I don't think so. I think we're still going. I hope, but I just don't know. Oh wait, left click to toggle small preview. Right click toggle. Crap.
Technologically illiterate.
Son of a gun! No, I just. Okay, well, see now I can't show the picture that I want to show.
Aw.
How do I bring that back
No,
up?
we only have like 20 minutes or less.
Okay,
Anyways.
Really?
Yep, really.
But I know it's enough time to show the picture. I just don't know how to unpin this program from this. I don't want to do that. I want to do this.
Can't minimize it, whatever you're trying to do. You did it.
It's right there, but how do I get back the
Pull it from the desktop.
well, there it is right there, but it's uh-oh.
Right click it.
See, now the picture won't even come up.
Oh, did you close the picture?
Am I dead on there?
We're still here, that I can see. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to close it out.
I have no idea. Yeah, I've been doing this research on.
Am I still live?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Am I?
Yeah. Just try putting the picture and see what happens.
No, because I have to get us out of the. Really, Jeff?
You know what makes it confusing is 8.1, and then you can go like desktop or apps or and man, there's so many buttons and weird things that it's like ridiculous.
This is just unfreaking believable.
But yeah, you're still there.
Okay, well then, how do I? How do I get out of? I mean, how do I get my bar at the bottom?
I have no idea.
What do you mean your bar at the bottom?
My
If it serves drinks, I'm ready for one.
Right?
I usually have a not a bar, a taskbar.
Yeah, it's like a control
The
panel.
control panel.
Mm.
How do I get it back up?
Good question.
From live stream.
Try opening that.
I did. Like it's already open.
Hmm.
Wow.
I don't know.
And I don't want to unpin this from the program taskbar. I mean, it's
Yeah,
wow.
Well, you could unpin it and then pin it back later.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It probably won't do anything.
I can't
if
close
you
the window.
unpins
How do
it,
I
you know.
shut the window off?
You exit it.
Yeah. Good question.
See, it won't let me.
Yeah, see
Click the Windows key. Where's the Windows key at?
that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know why. I mean, but would it be
It might be in like the last things you were doing. You know what I mean?
event program and feature task manager?
Sorry, guys.
I'm trying to bring this up. I can't. I really want to show you this picture.
Yeah, you know, like I've been researching some of this stuff that we've been talking about. Like the thing that's blowing me away is the Muslim thing. I mean, did you hear about where those guys went and surrounded that mosque? And the guys were armed, and they surround this mosque, you know, and I hope it doesn't turn into a thing where, you know, I don't agree with Sharia law, and I don't agree with, you know, those people, you know, if you don't bow to Allah, they cut your head off. You know, it doesn't even matter what religion you are. You just have to be only their religion, you know. And I'm like, anybody should believe whatever they want to believe type thing, and they should research or follow how they feel, you know. But only nobody, like, I hope the United States doesn't do this knee-jerk reaction thing and start going and hurting people that probably would be really good neighbors. You know what I mean? They're not all...
Well, it's like what we did to the Japanese.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope doesn't happen. And I mean, the Japanese they forgave us, and they are some of the best farmers, and I have friends, you know, but only we need to not, like, bunch everybody up into, you know, pins.
Stereotypes.
Yeah, you know, and it seems like America is so... There's no middle ground anymore. There's no common sense. I mean...
Try the Windows key
Yeah.
on the keyboard.
Yeah, that might work. It looks like a little Windows square.
The symbol.
There.
By Chihuahua.
I can't see.
Here.
Hopefully he can.
Did that work?
It didn't work.
No, I brought this up though. Now I can't. Wow, I can't believe. Oh,
You need to practice.
no, it's just. Oh, you're doing it. Okay. God, I can't believe this. Whatever you got to do, please do it so I can show everybody this photograph that I have to show everybody. It's just
That wasn't it?
what? No, it's just, I need the. Oh wait, go back. What'd you do? No, see, I still don't see it. It's. I closed it out, and I'm thinking maybe I have to restart it. But how do I restart? I have to shut down the whole computer to start this. Restart this.
Restart what?
The
No,
live stream.
No, you just right click on
Okay, and
right click on that.
and then that comes up.
Yeah, but it doesn't say to turn it off.
No,
It doesn't.
it doesn't.
Major
It says live stream
malfunction.
producer Windows and unpin this program from the taskbar. That's it.
It should, when you click on the producer, right click on that one.
Okay, open, run as administrator, unpin from properties.
Open.
Then what?
It should be open, but if it isn't, that means that you might have to restart it. There might be another way.
Picture next week.
No. Okay, hold on. Alan's gonna see if he can do this. Stand by, guys. I know this is sorry about that, but
I'd help, but I can't be seen on the camera, so
why not?
no.
Why don't you want to be seen?
No.
Show control bar. Go back.
Control
Go back. Show control bar.
Control bar.
Right there.
Control
Okay,
bar.
Alan did it. All right, let's do this.
Alan,
Okay,
just
I
not
got
smart.
a email, and
Hurry up,
okay,
you got like 15 minutes.
from somebody,
30 seconds.
and okay, I want to show everybody really quick here a photograph of.
That makes good radio right there. You
I
bet.
know. What?
Sorry, Keith.
What? Okay, everybody sees this. Everybody knows what a TR3B is, right?
Yeah.
We
Or
talked.
most
we talked
everybody
about
in our audience.
Yeah, we've talked about triangles. People say they don't exist. People say they're top secret. People say they're aliens. We don't know. A lot of people have been seeing these triangles. Everybody know the configuration, the light configuration of a triangle. The three lights on the corners and then a large one at the middle.
Right.
Right? Okay.
And usually the one in the middle is blinking, and the other ones don't.
Nah, not necessarily.
Well, all the ones that I get reported.
Okay. Well, okay. Here is in the other one. Just this one here is one I think from Belgium.
Yeah.
And this one is very famous.
And they say that one's like the most legit because it
Right.
shows the magnetic anomaly. Like.
On these lights and
Yeah, and if they're electromagnetically
Right.
gravitational thing, that's what you would see.
Okay. So I got a message that somebody wanted to send me a photograph of an object that was given out by NASA. And here it is. For the first time probably ever that you're going to see this. Are you guys looking at this? What does that look like to you, Alan?
That looks like a triangle
That looks
craft.
like a triangle craft,
Yep.
right? And it is from NASA. And look at the shape. I mean, this is a metal, not a metal, but, like a patch metal that is given to certain people of a team. This one was from 1989. So I just want you to look at that and say, what does that, doesn't that look like a triangle craft? I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and I'm going to put it to this. All right? So don't tell me that we don't have high sophisticated, top secret, way more advanced than what we are using right now, like these jets, F-16s, and,
I actually believe what we were talking about last week, crashing on that mountain, was ours.
Oh, yeah, it was ours. I think it was.
That was
Absolutely.
ours.
Absolutely.
And I have a feeling it was going to or from the base that's right there that people see. People report seeing doors open right out of like the riverbed. Like, what is it? They do gravel company, and it's closed, right? They don't do it anymore. It's a long time ago, and they had tunnels going under the ground right there. They actually see the ground open, and these things come out and fly off right out of the river bottom.
Right.
All the time I get this. I get this like at least every couple of months, somebody telling me about these. And the ones that have been blowing me away lately is the 2-mile wide ones that when I talked to James Fox about it, and he said, really, we can't make anything 2 miles wide. Where would we hide it? Where could we do it,
Okay, well, I'm looking right now at my Paranormal Central homepage, and I would like to say we did it.
Yay, we made it.
We are at 10,000 followers as of right
Holy
now.
crap.
As of 3.5 months ago, we were only at 325. Right now, we have 10,000, guys. Thank you very much for
And
that.
we're coming up on 4,000 in YouTube.
Okay. This is crazy. And I know people are saying, wow, you only 10,000. But
Yeah, but we're not like Bieber, Justin Bieber.
yeah, and
or
we're not
sports stars.
We're not putting a well, this is live stream. No, we're talking just strictly live stream. Okay, we're not talking YouTube.
Or DRMN, Dark Matter Radio Network.
Yeah. So this is awesome. And it's going to keep growing. I tell you, it is going to keep growing. And I just want to say thank you for all those. If you are not followers on Facebook, on live stream, I suggest you do so, because we could very well at any time do an emergency broadcast on live stream, and when we set up a actual show and send out to everyone, we it automatically sends it out to everybody who's a follower. So if you're not following us on live stream, you will be left out, and you will not get the first hand.
That's why everyone that listens to us wants to be like a follower on the live stream, because if we do have any kind of thing happen, and it could happen here soon, things have been really going fast, all the people that watch us won't see it until after, but all the people that follow us gets the email and they get the notification on their phone, and they will be able to tune in live.
Now, somebody just says time to create a Roku channel.
Okay, I worked on the Roku channel, and then I found out that Livestream partnered with Roku. Okay, so we already have our own channel inside of Livestream, and you go to Livestream, type in Paranormal Central in the search, and it'll bring up all our shows. You could actually watch us live on Roku, and it seemed to me like we would be duplicating ourselves, right? So if you have a Roku channel and a Livestream channel and a YouTube channel, and all of those things you can get on the Roku.
Right.
So I could go on YouTube on Roku, and I can see everything we did on YouTube, and I could go to Livestream, and I could watch us live on Livestream.
On Roku, Roku, how do you pronounce it? Roku. Now, do you have to purchase something in order to see it on Roku?
All you need is to buy a Roku, have a TV, and an internet connection, so you have Wi-Fi.
Okay, but you have to go purchase something?
Yeah, it's like I have a little box. I got one of the little box ones. Costs $34 at Walmart.
Okay.
And then you plug it in. It's wireless, right? You plug it in.
Where?
And then to the wall. And then you plug in the HD cord to your TV. And then it finds your wireless thing, and you log it into your wireless.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stream anything. I mean, all kinds of stuff. There's thousands and thousands. I mean, there's one called Drive-In Double Feature, and it has all old drive-in movies in a double feature. And I was watching them the other night. It was so fun.
Liar, you're watching porn.
That was the one thing I can't find on there, And I looked, just to see if I could, because I have grandkids and stuff, and I don't want them to happen onto it.
Right.
And I would lock that stuff, right?
Right.
But I can't find it on Roku, so and if it's there and I can't find it, I know my grandkids can't find it.
That's funny.
So,
all right. I think we covered just about everything. I'm looking at the desktop here really quick.
In fact, I think that there's some viewers out there right now that are watching us on their TV, their 50-inch screen, on the Roku through live stream right now. And that only just happened only like a couple of months ago. A couple of months ago, live stream didn't have the connection with Roku, so you couldn't watch our show until the next day. But now that they've hooked up and partnered, now you can watch us live.
Somebody just said
right
you better test your channel on your own Roku and then submit it for public channel.
Right, yeah, but I'm not going to do a Roku channel. There's two ways to do it. One, you can get with this one group, and they walk you through it in like 10 minutes. You could build a Roku channel, right? Or you could do it the way Roku has you do it, and you learn code. And I forgot more code than, and I don't want to relearn all that stuff again. It's been a long time since I was coding, and I don't really.
We will know hopefully by Wednesday if something is going to happen on that meeting that I had on Friday, and if
I actually think that we have some viewers. I actually think there's somebody out there that is excellent at doing websites and would love to work on our website. We can't afford anything until we get a budget, but hey, your work will be seen worldwide, and you can put your logo and push and pump, and we'll push and pump your
company name, if you have a company
name on
anything.
everything we do, And I mean, it might be worth it for one of you guys.
So we
that's
are
really
looking.
good.
So we are looking for somebody who wants to take over our website and really trick it out and put some movable things in it. You know, really
like
make it
flash and all that
cool.
kind of stuff.
Make it really
Yeah.
cool. We are looking for somebody who wants to work with us and go with us to the top.
And we're going.
And we're going. And we will be there soon. So if you want to be that person,
look at Keith and Art Bell, just for instance. I mean, those guys have a tight relationship, and they're going places too, man. It's amazing. Keith was just telling some of the stuff he has, and it blows me away. Makes me jealous. I want some. Want to do that.
Hopefully, pretty soon. Things are definitely going to be moving for us. I mean, we're moving now. We're moving now. But I think probably within the next couple of months something will happen. I guarantee you, though, if nothing happens in Hollywood, you will be seeing us here in the Fox network in Central California. Millions of people will be watching us, and I'm hoping that
might spread really fast too. And you'll never ever miss us off the internet. We're shooting for this international show, and I hope they say let's do it, and then I will next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to sit down here. And we will have a bottle of champagne, and we will make a toast. You know what I think's cool, and everybody out there listening is probably going, man, why do they want to do the TV thing? One thing about, and we keep the internet thing. One thing that's really cool, the TV is only an hour, and that means 7-minute segments, like 4 or 5 7-minute segments. That's it.
Right, 44 minutes of TV. It goes by really quick.
And we can't even cover anything. So like the night before we do the TV show, or when we have the guest here, we get them in the studio here or on the phone, and then we talk to them for an hour and a half, no breaks. We get into the details.
Now we
have fun with
the
stuff,
way it's going to work is we will only be able to show you certain stuff.
Right.
Because obviously, if we're on a major network, then they're going to want us to themselves. Because why are you going to watch us on live stream and then talk about the same thing on TV? It's not going to work that way, unfortunately. So we're going to definitely have to keep things apart, I think.
But there's so much information.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about some really cool stuff and never get into the TV stuff.
This network might say this is the only stuff that you will be able to talk about and give us certain things to talk about, and that's it. They might say, you know what, you cannot talk about this subject, and this subject. This is just network TV. This is the way it is. This is why a lot of people are going towards internet, because there is no holding back there.
Right.
So, and that's why
actually TV is going out. That's why Roku is so popular. It isn't cable TV. Cut your cable bill, buy a Roku. All you're doing is paying for your internet, and you get streaming. And lay on your bed or sit in your big easy chair.
Now, but do you get to watch all the TV shows and stuff too?
Yeah, and what's really cool is, but you might have to pay for like Hulu, $7 a month, $8, or Netflix or something like that. So your bill is $8 a month, and your internet bill, right?
Right.
But they buy up old episode seasons.
Right.
Right. So like you could, what we were watching the other night was. I can't remember, what, a bar rescue or something. Okay. And we didn't realize, we started watching this one, and then it played it, and we watched 2 seasons sitting there in about 3 hours. It was so fun. No commercials. I mean, when they do a commercial break, they do one little commercial. But really, it's way more fun because you get to go through episode after episode.
Okay.
And in fact, they could do that with us on live stream. You can click on our first show, and then you can follow. It'll go from show to show to show to show.
And you will see us in where we sort of kind of started in a little room, and then transitioned out to here.
Man, I saw a TARDIS for sale for $39. It's cardboard cutout, but I was thinking, man, wouldn't the TARDIS look good in here? Woohoo!
What was that?
What was that?
I think it was the wind.
Maybe something got knocked over, but we should start wrapping it up.
Whatever was bugging Heidi.
Wrap it up.
Well, what does wrap it up mean? Music?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you got to say. Music. All right, we're out of here, you guys. I want to say thank you for showing up wherever you may be. For Jeffrey, Ellen, and Emerald, and Danny will be back next week. Thank you very much, and hope you had a great time. Remember, keep your eyes in the skies, and I hope you witness something that you cannot explain. Have a good night.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
Clear? Clear.
Yeah.
Clear.